Do a new game, shall we? Use the L stick to highlight any piece of evidence within the objective, etc., etc. Let's get into Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, the first cases. Is it Hercule Poirot, by the way? Recruitment drive sees largest enlisting numbers in police force in years. Everyone must have a mustache or you're not getting to be a cop, okay? You can't be part of the gendarme if you don't have a mustache, okay? He is Belgian, so it is Hercule. Hercule Poirot, okay. The Brussels Police Department. Congratulations, Mr. Poirot. You have been... okay, etc., etc. Yes, okay, that's good to know. I can't imagine it'll be too much objection. Local pickpocket gang caught red-handed. It was fairly light at the time as apart from murder. That's good. Police sting operation sees jewel bandits apprehended. Okay. So a lot of just like property crime. Shootout in city shows police blunder and costs valuable life. Ooh. Police force apologizes as commanding officer states the young officer involved defied orders and acted with no thought of consequences. Is that me? Am I acting with no thought of consequences? He does white-collar rich people crime. Oh, is that what he does? Recently transferred from Brussels police officer, Officer Poirot promises to be equitable and fair in his verdict when judging this year's all-important Garden of the Season Award. Oh, I found my video game. Oh, that's what the stash looks like? Okay. I thought it was bigger and bushier. I'm glad I didn't paint on a mustache yet. Because I was going to go big. I was going to go big and bushy. Mr. Poirot is very particular. He's only doing it for the money, huh? Got his riding boots on. He's fingering a gate. It's a cool way to get a splinter, I guess, if you were looking for splinters. They always make him more handsome than he is described. I see. Le sigh. I love his rectangular eyebrows.
Oh, thank goodness. Officer, please, come quickly.
Okay.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. How can I...
Thank God it's voice acted. Oh my God. So Captain Arthur Hastings' first description of Poirot. He was hardly more than 5 feet 4 inches, maybe, but carried himself with great dignity. His head was exactly the shape of an egg, and he always perched it a little on one side. His mustache was very stiff and military. I see. This guy's not egg-headed, but he might be 5'4". I don't know how tall this woman is. He also could have a very tall hat.
It has become a madhouse. Madame has been shouting and cursing all morning. I've never seen her so angry. But what great luck to happen upon you.
Let me know if the game is too much louder than me. I feel like it's at my volume.
Please, try to remain calm. First, may I ask your name?
We don't have time for that. Please, hurry.
I feel like she's louder than him. The BBC, it's a little quieter, okay. Ooh, the bracelets.
Mademoiselle, now we are here, I must insist on your name before I can continue any further. I am Officer Hercule Poirot.
So he's coming in at like the negative 20 decibel mark, and she's coming in at like the 15. She's a bit louder than him. The mixing on it is a little weird.
I am Elizabeth, but it is the maidservant that we must consider. Forgive me, officer, but are you new to the area?
I'll turn them up. I'll turn them up a bit. You let me know if it's too loud.
I stand out so obviously.
I mean no offense, only I have not seen you before. This is a small town, and you learn everyone's faces very quickly.
You recommend the Francophase Z compressor for anybody who's not on mobile. Oh, great point, Solitary Jordan. That does help bring the levels up considerably. This would be a very young Poirot if he stays this age for the whole game. I think that this is the prologue, and we'll have a different Poirot sprites. Hello, Icy Rain. Good to see you.
Very observant of you, mademoiselle. I was recently posted here from the city, and a good thing I'm here now. Let us get to the bottom of this madness you speak of.
Tell me, what is... Oh, okay. Talking to characters is essential when gathering evidence. Basic questions are flagged with the icon. Press that to pose a question to Elizabeth. Shall I be, like, up here? Is that better? I don't want to hover over Mr. Poirot. I think it's kind of like a visual novel / like detective game? That kind of thing? Is this what the standard Poirot looks like? Oh yeah, there's that egghead. Hell yeah. That's a great Poirot right there. This is the depiction of Poirot that everyone in the UK is most familiar with. I see. Tell me, what has caused you to become so agitated?
There has been a theft at the house.
Then I am exactly where I should be, n'est-ce pas?
You can ask questions with that icon in any order. Use the L stick to choose your desired topic. Talk to Elizabeth more until you have everything you need. Does the house have any suspicions as to who's responsible?
The lady of the house, believes Florette is behind it.
Do you have an alternative suspect?
Mademoiselle Angeline thinks that someone has broken in and taken it. This seems more plausible to me.
Do you have a list of all the items that have been taken?
It is only one of Mademoiselle Angeline's most valuable bracelets, taken from her room.
Then its safe return is of the utmost importance.
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna guess right now that the criminal is a cat. That this bracelet was stolen by a cat. And this is like a little silly introduction into investigation.
Merci, mademoiselle.
If
Your
there's a
assistance
cat,
has been
it
invaluable.
did it. Your family watched the miniseries on PBS growing up, and the BBC series made it in the mix quite often. How about that? You think it was a bear? Okay, you never know. Could be an orangutan. A mind map. Mademoiselle Elizabeth believes a burglary is behind this bracelet's disappearance. If that is the case, there will be no doubt a sign of intrusion in the grounds. Why is it? You gotta really go to the corners, huh? You gotta really, like, why is it here? I'm not touching anything. This is where it is, like, centered on being so strange. Whenever Poirot uncovers an interesting area of investigation, an objective is launched. Here you can see all the evidence relating to your first objective. Using the L stick to move your cursor, try highlighting each piece of evidence to see Poirot's interpretation of them. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Would this do better with, like, a mouse and keyboard or something? No, equally as bad, actually, funny enough. Okay. So often you see such crimes committed here, this might be my chance to solve a real case. Okay. If it is such a beloved piece, it must be worth a great deal. Why is it getting smaller? Why did it get smaller? I'm so confused by this interface. Okay. And unknown culprit. It seems to be conflicting. There seems to be conflicting ideas of who's behind the missing bracelet. This is such a weird interface. Is it stick drift? I wonder. This is the bottom corner of the map. Like, it's not letting me go any further here. But also it's not letting me go further up than here. And I also don't know how to, like, zoom. Okay, so I can zoom in with the trigger button. But it's also constantly zooming out. What the? I'm so confused by this. Yes, it's definitely going to be a huge image eventually. But this is a very odd interface. That is... Imagine playing this with mouse and keyboard. Imagine. Oh god, I don't have to do that. Oh, wait, I am moving. What the frick? Oh no, something's going on with my controller. I gotta unplug this. This is wild. Looks like the ad break is running too, so perfect timing for this. Okay. Okay. Now what kind of... I'm trying to press X and Y. What buttons do you think X and Y? What is... So X is square, Y is triangle, but I can't do that. Maybe they don't want me to. Because I can't look at my mind map again. I did plug it back into... It seems like at least it's fixed. We're never playing that close in. Okay. Let's start with a gravel path. Using the L button to explore. Try finding clues that have been left in the path itself. You can also use that to zoom in the camera. Okay. Well, there's some footsteps here.
Oh.
While 2 sets lead away from the house, only 1 muddy set returns. Rather hastily, it seems. Okay. This is very interesting. Every inspection you make adds evidence to the appropriate place. Press the square button to view your active objectives. You can do this anytime you explore the scene. Oh, I can't wait to view my mind map. Okay, now we're locked in place. Ah, yes, it must be the bear's footprints. It must be. So, this says... Oh, open your current objective using the A button. Okay. Notice that you have some new evidence in your mind map. Roll over the muddy footprints to see Poirot's interpretation. While 2 sets lead away from the house, only 1 muddy set returns. Rather hastily, it seems. Okay. There's certainly enough space on the property, but I couldn't reside here in the country forever. Would you even live in the first place? Okay. Next, try searching the garden lawn. There must be something here that helps explain the muddy footprints. You got a run button on you, Poirot? Monsieur Poirot, do you have a... Is it... Which bumper does the running? Part of me wants to, like, I hit one button and he takes out a gun and he shoots it. I want there to be one of those, like, oops, like you set your controller down on Bloodborne and suddenly it goes like, wow. You just, ah, damn it. Or, like, you tilt it and he, like, starts doing a dance. You're like, what are you doing? Like, ah, crap, I forgot I had gesturing on. Alright, let's go. Waterlogged path. This morning's shower must have been heavier than I thought. An intruder stepping here would surely leave evidence elsewhere, no? Poirot never carries a gun, is that so? I have enough evidence to make a first deduction. I didn't even look at the overgrown grass. Why am I making a deduction already? Oh, I'm gonna link that to the muddy footprints.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
That sounds like they recorded it on a different day with a different guy. There was somebody else's like, alright, now let's take another read on this one. Now you're gonna do it like you just had a really nice ham and cheese sandwich. Okay, ready? I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction. Yeah. It's so weird. Hello, Nat. Good to see you. Monsieur, we must do the frost. It seems the muddy footprints are the result of earlier rain. Well done, you've made your first deduction. Linking evidence will give you new evidence to use in your investigation. In this case, you've unlocked a new action, as represented by the ... icon. Press B to return to the objective screen. Okay. Can I check out the grass? Yeah, Uber driver, can you read this line into my phone? I need it for a game. I'm making a game. Is there seriously no run button? Notice that's a trampoline, but it's a shame to see a lawn so unkempt. I'm gonna get ticks. We're gonna get ticks on it. I don't know if they have ticks in Brussels. Hercule is not a man of haste, is he? My dude is taking his time.
How can I help?
Footprints in the path are fresh today. Hello? Stella! Baby Bella! What are you doing, Stella? Stella! I'll get the door, it's okay. Hold on, let me get my... Alrighty. Stella gave a little like woo woo. She wanted to be let into my parents' bedroom, so. Oh, okay. Did Steve Martin as Inspector Clouseau bad? Is that the is that one of Steve Martin's roles? What movie is he in that? Of course, officer. How can I help? Footprints of the path are fresh today. Do you know who they belong to?
One set must be mine, leaving to find you. The other set must be Florette's. She was caught in the rain this morning.
Okay. Oh, the Pink Panther, of course. Classic. Oh, they didn't want to... Oh, he's thinking this to himself. That explains a hurried scuffle. Nature of the prince. Couldn't help notice the unkempt lawn. Is there not an employed gardener?
Sir. Luke, but he was called away from the house on a personal matter. Rahana, our cook, accompanied him.
So there's other people who work here. No gardener present. There was no one tending to the lawn this morning, but still no sign of anyone stepping across it. Okay.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
Manny! Hey, watching the game, Manny? Hey! My papa just gave me an update, Manny. Feeling pretty good. I see you have Negative Man there, I understand. You've never seen the remake Pink Panther. But Peter Sellers' original is quite great. Okay. It sounded like goodbye. That's all you wanted to say about that, huh, Manny? Okay. Well... You know, there's a lot of games of baseball out there, and thankfully you don't have to play them against the Baltimore Orioles. And thank you, Mash. I shall drink some water. We're seeing a lot of Chinese today, aren't we? Steve Martin is always hilarious, but if you recall correctly, he was the only good thing in those movies. Okay. The remakes are still a little funny, but they try really hard. Is that so? Of the Pink Panther stuff. Okay. Are they trying to capture something that the originals had? This is just the beginning. There's so much more to uncover. Try exploring the rest of the garden, collecting evidence, and making deductions until you're able to solve the first objective. Remember, you can always use the X button to view your objectives and any related actions at the time. Such beautiful flowers. I'm glad to see no one carelessly damage them. Oh, Mr. Poirot enjoys flowers, huh? A bench. A declaration of love has been carved into this bench. L loves E. Well, we know there's, like, Luke and somebody else, right? We talked to Elizabeth. Wait a second. L loves E. Luke loves Elizabeth, maybe? Let me zoom in on this one. Damn. I think Luke likes Elizabeth, but he ran away with the other person, huh? It would be nice if there were secret gays in this game. There's a wooden ladder here. Judging by the condition of this ladder, I wouldn't trust it with my weight. Perhaps a braver man than I perched this elsewhere against the roof. Luke loves eggs, of course. That makes a lot of sense. I did see that later. Actually, my dad told me in the hallway that the O's are currently leading the Yanks 7-0. Sorry, Manny. Of course. But you know what? It's a long game. And it's a long season. I'm not gonna look at the water. Okay. I feel like some water would be nice. And what's going on with this side door? It appears to be rusted shut, and if these cobwebs are anything to go by, it hasn't been unlocked in some time. Perhaps they entered some other way. Okay. Well, perhaps it was over the ladder. What about this trellis? This trellis has been left untouched for quite some time. That could be another means of ingress or egress. Anybody in this game could be gay. I'm just gonna assume everyone's gay unless they state otherwise. Everybody's gay until they come out as straight to me. Anything else to observe here? Alright, Mademoiselle Elizabeth.
Officer, how can I help?
I see there's a little romance in this house. What a weird thing to lead in with.
The carving on the bench. Forgive me, I was not suggesting anything untoward.
Oh, of course not. Yes. I suppose there must be.
Would you know the identity of the mysterious...
It's gotta be Luke and Elizabeth. Poirot absolutely should have been gay, but he does have a romance with a woman near the end of the TV series. Does he have like a guy that he bounces ideas off of in kind of like a Sherlock Holmes and Watson kind of way?
I'm afraid not. Perhaps they were old residents. A pair of star-crossed lovers,
Did you
perhaps.
steal the...
Madame does not allow distracting staff relationships.
Miss Elizabeth, did you steal the bracelet? Because please don't waste my time. Hastings, okay. An ex-military captain. Did they have X-energy? That's a good idea. You take the more neutral approach of assuming everyone is non-binary until they reveal themselves. That's honestly literally how I approach life, Manny. Honestly, I think it's the safest approach. Just assume everyone you talk to is non-binary, and if they're like, yeah, I use she/her pronouns, I'm like, oh yeah, and my mom is like, of course I use she/her pronouns, and I'm like, I don't want to assume, Mom!
Love is not something that can be harnessed so easily.
That is Madame's rule.
You
And
wouldn't
I
want to be the one
wouldn't
that
want to be
challenges her on
her on
that.
it.
So Hastings is an ex-military captain who is an idiot, but he carries the gun. Okay, there you go. Benoit Blanc of the Knives Out movies is portrayed as possibly gay. They don't come right out and say it as far as you can recall, but maybe in the next flick he'll like turn to camera and be like, by the way, I'm gay. Anyway, back to this.
Merci, mademoiselle.
I'm gonna make a little connection. Hello, Kaino. Good to see you. So, side door, wooden ladder. I'm gonna start linking that to Elizabeth. Oh, I can't? Well, I think the bench carving is the L and the E, but okay. Sure, is there anything else we can do? No, it seems like there's something we should do. We should be connecting some stuff. The murderer didn't use the path. Can I connect some stuff?
Is there something I am not seeing?
Did I take some damage? I hope I take some damage. Okay. The intruder didn't use the lawn. I can score the lawn off my list of possible entry points to the property. Let's just keep looking around. Can I go out this way, or are we like locked in here? Oh, okay, we're locked in here. What about this beautiful amiibo gazebo? God, there's something in this amiibo gazebo. Touching extract taken from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, expertly carved on a plaque. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers make blessed my rude hand. Did not my heart love till now, forswear at sight, for I never saw true beauty till this night. We should ask her what she feels about Romeo and Juliet. This guy definitely recorded these lines on his Famicom controller mic. He was like speaking into the he's shouting it in there. This is the overgrown grass. Poirot should start shooting his gun off at people. That's what I was saying. I was like, there should be an accidental shoot option. So I can't get up here, can I?
Oh.
And I can't allow myself ingress into here. Can I enter the house? Do some snooping around in there? Hell yeah.
Aha.
There are no signs of tampering or forced entry. Oh, jeez. Okay. Open window.
Aha.
Oh. It's an impossible climb to reach it unassisted. The ledge beneath it appears to be rather precarious. Clues and evidence are beginning to gather. It would be best that I approach them logically. Hello, Juan. Good to see you. Let's take the logical approach. Yeah, the environmental art is quite lovely, isn't it? Okay, open window and trellis I think we could connect. Not wooden ladder, honestly. I want to link it. Well, it says it's been untouched. What about ladder and open window? Maybe it was moved.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
It's like, it sounds like it's coming out of your Wiimote, you know? Find who stole this thing, but don't enter the house. Yeah, to examine the scene of the crime, right? I found no practical logical way for somebody to have reached the window. Perhaps another means of entry was attempted. It's impossible to reach it unassisted. The ledge beneath it appears precarious. Wait, so... Out the side door. Huh? This game looks neat. Your interview was supposed to be right now, but it's moved to 30 minutes. Oh no! I hate that feeling. That could be very, very nerve-wracking. Sorry, scary thought.
Of course, officer.
I have nothing to talk to you about. We've got Elizabeth Paget. No confirmed evidence. Oh, good luck, scary thought. I hate that feeling. So, the idle time and you're like, can't do anything. I can't even go make a sandwich. I won't be able to adjust my sandwich. Oh, God. You know? I want to connect, like, bench carving and Elizabeth. But I can't. You can't, like Miss Elizabeth? I can strike the path of Elizabeth. There must be signs of an intruder elsewhere in these grounds. Intruder didn't use the lawn. I was thinking maybe it was like the trellis, but that is away from everything else. It makes me feel like that is not. Yeah, let me go look at the flower stuff. What about this trellis here? Like, we can't look at this specific one. Because I think they might have shimmied along the side of this thing. Or they could have gone down through a bed sheet made of, a rope made of bed sheets.
Ooh.
Let me get inside. Back when everything was in person, you'd always budget twice as much time you needed for parking and traffic. And then you'd be an hour early. Oh my god. That is me to every appointment. Always super early. I'm very confused. Nothing appears to be damaged. Is there anything that looks out of place for you all right here? I can't seem to bring up the plaque to her. She doesn't want to talk about the plaque. There's nothing there of interest to her. This is interview 4 out of 5. The last one in is 3 hours. But it'll probably be a freebie, right? I mean, at that point, they gotta... Oh, is it evergreen grass? I'm gonna check it again.
Oh.
If you're getting that far into things, hopefully by that point, you being hired is like the obvious conclusion, but still. Oh, and it's a freebie because it's your previous boss too. Interesting. I'm sorry I have to go through all the rigmarole for your previous boss, but you know. Hopefully it means you'll be able to nail it. I guess I should be able to link something? Well, hold on now. Wait. What's this RB? Oh, that's personages. Miss Paget. Okay. She reported the thefts. It's not often you see such crimes committed here. This could be my chance to solve a real case. Wait. What's this about facts and secrets? Secrets about this game. Alright, we don't have any secrets about her. Weird. Hello, Ewan. Good to see you. Oh, it's a new studio. I see. I get you. Well, I hope you can use your connection. Maybe we can...
Come, my little grey cells. We must think logically.
Okay. Maybe they just came through the front door. Maybe they just walked out the front door. Where did that, like, window thing? Where's the open window? Okay, window. They didn't use the lawn. They opened the window.
Order and method. That is the way.
Am I gonna die? What? How do I get to this over here? I have 2 links. Okay, never mind. I guess that's not important. What about the bench? The bench carving and the plaque gotta be something, right? Where's that plaque? The quote on the plaque. Expand evidence. Oh, never mind. I'm connecting this plaque with the bench carving. It's too romantic.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Alright. Well, okay, now I see that there's certain nodes that are buzzing. So Intruder didn't use the path, but they did use the front door.
This will not get me any closer to...
I can't wait for me to exit out of this. And Hercule Poirot goes, ugh! And he falls to the ground like, no, my little gray brain cells. And then she's like, no, Poirot! You know? And then it says, game over. Mission failed. So, how have you been, Ewan? How was your day going? So, 4 to 5 interviews is standard for 3D artists. There's no guarantee because of the number of interviews. It's so that multiple people can talk together and see the person's a good fit. That's probably a nice rounded way to do that, you know. It goes dun 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 dun. My little gray brain cells are just... You see him, he's like, oh, yeah, the bracelet. Like he's fully, his mind is shattered. Yeah, these things are definitely buzzing. I might just be like stupid. Footprints are from earlier. So we connected the patch to the footprints. Gotta connect the... Can I connect the front door to the side? I don't know why we would do this.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Shut the hell up, Poirot. Neither of the external doors have been damaged or shown any signs of unwanted visitor. Okay. Well... Alright, no forced entry. Anything else buzzing? Oh, that's it? Can we talk to the girl again? That would be nice if it was like a round table interview or something, Mash.
Merci.
So I gotta think about this some more. What does she see when she sees me going, oh no, it's not the ladder. Ladder in the trellis? No, that's stupid. Footprints from earlier and didn't use the path? No. How about...
I must act on thought.
And not impulse, huh? Okay, no, so there's no forced entry. Is there more investigating I can do? Let's see if anything else new pops up. His eyes roll by to the back of this, just like consulting the demon within. I would love if there was a demon that possessed people just to do some like investigation stuff, you know. You've done so many multiple round interview processes only to get to know things at the end. Ugh. Not even compensated for your time, right, Solitary Jordan? You've been well today. It was a bit of a bleh day, but you made it through. Proud of you, Ewan. You know, sometimes you gotta push through those yucky days. You know, just to get to the good ones. I had a pretty good day today. We dropped off some donations today. Spent a little bit of time outside watering the lawn, or actually watering the gardens, and a little bunny rabbit popped out. It was so cute. He was in between 2 bunny rabbit statues, and I was just watering the area, and he went, pshew! And what else? Made dinner today as well. In Animation Mandy, it makes sense to have multiple interviews, because you tend to have multiple bosses, where they make sure you mesh well with a team. Okay. And hi, Snake. Nobody wants to work anymore, says the employers with a wild hiring process and an Ouroboros of experience requirement. Yeah. And Scary Thought says, as a person who has interviewed others in that same format, it doesn't actually work well to do that. Everyone is busy. Oh, right. And having everybody talk over each other inhibits a good analyzing. I see. So maybe it is better to have multiple one-on-ones, huh? You think he's whistling Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back really loud? It's like, dun, 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 dun. Don't worry about me. This is my process, you know. After today, you can take Friday's relax day, thank God. So my little X button is like pulsing over there. Is anything else pulsing? Use your eyes, Poirot. Well, okay, I think open windows gotta be something, right? But I thought I thought about connecting that to like wooden ladder before. Okay, no wait, so there's no scaled access? So they didn't go through the door. They didn't go through the window. They didn't use the path. And they didn't go through the garden. Time to be powering some Hercules, I guess so, yeah. But I'm not smart enough to figure out this tutorial case. This quote on the plaque has got to be something, but it has nothing to do with the locomotion. I'm going nuts over here. And Miss Elizabeth is giving me nothing else. So I'm just gonna start connecting stuff. How about that grass? We didn't use a path.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Okay, a different approach as in not spamming buttons, Hercule, because guess what you're gonna get? Footprints from earlier. They didn't use the
Order and method. That is the way to solve the problem.
Hercules leak. Is that what Poirot means? Is it leak? Okay, now it's okay. That's how you gotta do it. No scale access, no forced entry. Can I connect this?
What a revelation!
I couldn't find any signs of unlawful entry into the house. Will I find signs of an intrusion elsewhere in the grounds? Will you? Do I have to make more I think I gotta make some more. Oh, I need one more connection left. I see that. Okay, you can't see it right now. There's an indicator.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
So that has been counting down the links I need to make. I thought it was counting up the links I have made. I couldn't find any signs of an unwanted visitor in the garden. Did somebody cover up their tracks? There's still a connection left to be made. God help me. No unlawful. Well, let's connect the no unlawfuls to the no unlawfuls.
Magnifique.
Okay. Poirot is leak, but Poirot is pronounced the exact same. Okay. It wasn't a burglary, said my achievement. With no signs of a burglar, perhaps I should be looking at those inside for answers. This is not the start I was expecting. There's no signs of an intruder at all. There's something amiss. I must remain vigilant to keep my wits about me. Okay. Objective complete. Time to talk to Elizabeth. Alrighty. Congratulations, you completed our first objective and earned a collectible accessible from the main menu. For now, I hope it's a little like train or something. How you been, Tyrannus? How was your day going? And thank you for telling us about leaks. Appreciate that. For now, ask Elizabeth for permission to enter the house. Thank God. Okay.
I have conducted my initial inspection of the house and grounds. It is now necessary for me to speak with those in the house.
Of course. Thank you, officer. I'm sure Madame Van den Bosch will be happy to hear the police are investigating.
I'm sure she'll be very happy that I'm here. I suspect there will be someone inside who is not as pleased to hear it. Well, let's see about that. Let me in! I presume this is the lady of the house. She holds quite a presence, and from what Mademoiselle Elizabeth has said, she is not one to be on the wrong side of. I must talk with her before beginning my search. Hey, can I break your vase? Okay. I mean, hi.
Who are you? You are not the commanding officer I requested.
Sorry about that, madam.
No, dear madame, I am Officer Hercule Poirot. I can assure you that...
This will simply not
Love
do.
that face.
I sent Elizabeth to bring me a competent lawman.
And that is what she has brought, madame. Now, I would like to continue my investigation.
I have already assessed the fact that nobody used the lawn and no one stepped on your flowers, like the genius that I am. I understand a bracelet has gone missing. I have been informed you believe you have caught the culprit. You do not believe there was an intruder in your house. I understand your bracelet.
You understand correctly. It is my daughter's bracelet. It is a rather expensive piece.
It looks like the ad break is running, by the way. So those of you who don't have Twitch Turbo or aren't subscribed might be seeing an ad. I gotta stretch. Okay. Alrighty.
And valuable to your daughter, no doubt. It was a gift.
Yes, it was from her late father, my husband, the Viscount. And it has not gone missing. It was stolen.
I've been informed that you believe you have caught the culprit. Thank you for the stretch time as well. Another big stretch. I really want to be able to upload the little stretching thingy I made. Oh, Tiny's getting all confused. The stretching animation I made, but I haven't checked to see if Twitch will let me do that today. I think you caught the culprit.
I do not believe so. I know so. It was Florette, the maidservant. I knew I could not trust her.
I don't know why I'm so sleepy today. I didn't do that much work.
And why
I got
is
a good
that?
night's sleep.
Because I don't. I do not need to explain myself any further, especially to a measly officer.
I'm upset at being called a measly officer.
Don't be ridiculous. I have told you who is guilty. If there had been a break-in, surely it would be your job to stop them.
If it was the case, of course, madame. Although I cannot predict a burglar's movement.
It is warm here. Scary thought. It's in the 90s or so here, so it could be that toasty weather getting to me. Can you believe it, Manny? It's like barely 5 o'clock and I'm yawning. You do like you some Hercule Poirot. David Suchet did an amazing job portraying the detective in the TV show. Is that so? Where did that air? VR Plumber. I'm glad you like some Hercule Poirot.
Perhaps then you have proved me right, and you aren't the competent officer I require.
Bummer. Never have I met anyone so adamant that they don't require help from the police. Her accusation against the maid is rather questionable. There must be more to the story, and it is my duty
Merci, madame. You have been
to uncover it.
most helpful.
Gotcha. That was... Oh, he's the Poirot that you linked. The guy that has the egg-shaped head, huh? That's great. On ITV in the UK. Wonderful. That guy is... Look, I don't know Poirot too well. That guy seemed to fit the description given in the novels. New mind map unlocks. Madame Van de Bosch was quick to accuse the maidservant Florette. I wonder if this hasty accusation hides behind a deeper reason. Okay. Okie dokie. Ding dong. Cassandra confirms threat. Cassandra accused of Florette. Cassandra dismisses burglary. Okay. And Zemenal. I'm super eaky today, and I apologize. Each time you meet a new character, you'll unlock their profile. Okay, I can't move until I look at her profile. Okay, character profiles are expanded as you play through the prologue and main story. Press B to backtrack when you're ready. Cool. Okay. Madame Van de Bosch, the lady of the house, abrupt and snobbish. She is hesitant to help me in my investigation, already placing the blame on the young maidservant Florette. I can see a challenge persuading her of anything other than what she already believes. Great. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm so tired already. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Oh.
Some of the greatest authors and novels throughout history. Oh, he should have mentioned Agatha Christie. That would have been great. It's locked and sobbing can be heard inside. I assume Madame has taken the law into her own hands. A rose and crossed arrow symbol adorns the door. Perhaps a signal of forbidden love. Come, my little gray brain cells. Let us solve this mystery. What about to the room? Searching the kitchen is not essential to my current investigation unless... Oh, they recently came out with a Tintin thing, by the way. This makes you want a detective action puzzler based on the adventures of Tintin. I believe they recently came out with a Tintin, was it Tintin? I don't know. A Tintin thing. I saw there was a 3D Tintin. Or Tintin. I don't know. There's nothing particular about this coat, but what is this in the pocket? Ooh, hidden inside the coat pocket, although fairly plain, it's still an attractive item of jewelry. I wonder if it holds a special significance. I was just trying to rotate this thing. It's a bummer. Perhaps it is a wedding ring? You should check it out, Manny. I feel like it came out in the last year or so. I can't investigate this weird urn. Okay. Various art pieces have been packed and addressed to the auction house. I assume the madam did this. Is she trying to sell her like stuff because she's poor now? Interesting. If you have Amazon Prime, some of the seasons of Hercule Poirot TV show are available. Fascinating. Remember borrowing Tintin Goes to the Moon from your local library. There's apparently a really, really hard to play old Tintin game. Like, it was really hard, impossibly hard, you know? Huh. Rather impressive portrait, I must say. That must be the husband that passed. Doesn't seem to be working. Why would a house of this size be without a working telephone? Very strange. That may have been it. I hear it was like, there's literally an unbeatable level in it. Like, maybe it's not literally unbeatable, but there's a level that most people would not be able to beat. These do have that kind of generic menu sound, don't they? Kind of.
Really, officer, you are wasting both your time and mine.
I couldn't help but admire the handsome monsieur on the portrait on the wall.
And what is your point?
May I ask of the subject?
You may not. Honestly, your prying is getting on my last nerve.
Okay.
Only if you are prepared to take Florette away.
You love her. I know. She's so evil. I love her, like... Probably because I feel a kinship in that face, honestly.
It is an offense to incarcerate someone without suitable proof of misdeeds. I must question Mademoiselle Florette to gather her version of events.
If you will not do your duty and lock her up...
She looks so familiar to me, and it's probably because she looks like me.
She shall remain there, and I, the key holder, until she is led from the room in handcuffs.
The way she's acting here makes you think that she's involved. Do you think she would steal her own daughter's bracelet and, like, sell it?
Madame.
Probably.
You have been most helpful.
I'm going upstairs. Oh, she kind of looks like a Buffy vampire when she does a screwed up face, huh? Let's see what is going on over here. Cassandra looks like she lives in a hyperbolic chamber filled with flatulence. Yeah, just like, this is terrible. I don't want to breathe, but I have to. There's obviously been something previously hanging in this position. Was it stolen, I wonder? I don't think so. I think it was just sold. There's a huge stain on that wall, too. This must be the scene of the crime. I was expecting to find clues. Not who I assume is the daughter. I can only hope she has not tampered with the scene. Hello, Angeline.
What do you think you're doing in here? Who let you in?
She's gorgeous. Oh no. Probably didn't even sell it. You can see her just hiding it to pin it on the maidservant to get rid of her. I'm wondering though, because earlier, Snake, we saw there was something... There's like some relationship going on, but it's not between Florette and Luke the gardener. It's between Luke and the other gal that we've been talking to that's outside, who's like another housemaid. Maybe they're all conspiring to get rid of that housemaid and just keep the one that's outside? I don't know. Oh, it's a nitpick, but you don't like how the portrait doesn't match her in-game model with her hair. How Angeline's portrait doesn't match how her hair is on the other side. I would love to just be like this. Oh, you can't see my hand, but like I have my hand perched on my hip. That's, I mean, this is a look. This is a look right here.
Mademoiselle Angeline, I presume. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Officer Hercule Poirot.
An officer of the law? But what are you doing here? Don't you need to be chasing down the burglar?
She did it, never mind.
Your bracelet has gone missing. It is only correct. I speak with all members of the house and investigate the scene of the crime.
She has plenty of jewelry.
Ah, if we must.
Merci. I will attempt to take up as little of your time as possible.
So, also I'm a little confused because Poirot obviously has an accent. This girl has an accent. Her mom doesn't, so I guess maybe her mom is English and married this, like, Belgian Viscount? And then the daughter has the accent? She's obviously the Lou. Yeah. Why don't you begin by telling me what has happened?
Some rat stole my bracelet this morning. Even though it's clear someone has broken in, Maman refused to listen and blamed Fleurette.
Okay, so she thinks somebody broke in and stole it.
You sound very convinced it was taken by someone from outside of the house.
We do know that there wasn't a forced entry to the house.
My window was open when I returned. How else can you explain that?
Based on the question, it must have been a particular value to justify. What if, like, Luke and Emma, or whatever the E name girl is, were reenacting Romeo and Juliet, and they were standing on the balcony? Because, like, they have a tied Romeo and Juliet. I think that'd be very funny. Anyway, the bracelet in question must have been a particular value to justify such a daring burglary.
It is of great value. Money was no object to father.
It was a gift from your father. I can only assume it holds great value to you also.
Of course it does. What a silly thing to say. It's a good thing Maman had it insured with the others.
So it was insured. See? I think that the mom did it. I think the mom did it so that she can get the money for her daughter's bracelet. Cause I think they don't have money. Like things are in bad condition. No one's cutting the law. It seems like they're like firing staff, selling their own paintings, not having the staff upkeep the property. So I think she stole her daughter's bracelet, is blaming... They want to lock up the maid to get the insurance money. You know. Trying to understand how somebody could have entered and exited your room unnoticed.
It must have been while I was down at breakfast with Elizabeth. She was with me all morning.
And do you think Elizabeth is conspiring? And well, Elizabeth doesn't think it was Fleurette. So maybe it was the others that they're conspiring with. Maybe it was Luke, the gardener.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth was with you until you discovered the bracelet was missing?
Here's the thing, Mash. This is always my frustration in these games. Is like, oh, I know it's gotta be this guy who did it. And it's like, now I need to find 12 pieces of evidence that prove that he did it. I can't just go be like, you did it! You did it, and you did it because you want the insurance money. It's gotta be like, I go find a receipt from a gas station that proves he bought gloves, and then he put the gloves on. That's why there's no fingerprints, you know.
She was. She woke me up later than usual. I washed and dressed, and we went down to the lounge for breakfast.
Okay, that's all we can get from her.
You have been of great help to my investigation,
I would
mademoiselle.
be planting evidence.
Do
You think that's what I would do? I'm like, I know you're a bad guy, so I'm going to plant a brick of cocaine on you. So you'll go to jail forever. There you go. I'd be a blast to play Clue with. Clue is fun. Oh my god, you know what game I actually want to play that's like Clue? It's called Mysterium Snake. Mysterium. I want to get it and play it with my family. Okay, in Mysterium, you get this huge... Let me zoom out. I think we're done being zoomed in. In Mysterium, you get this huge, like, DM screen. And you pin up your clues in the middle of it. And you're playing as a ghost who can only communicate with psychic visions to a bunch of psychic investigators who need to suss out who the murderer was, where they did the murder, and what the weapon was. Very Clue-like. But you can't speak as a ghost. You can never be like... No, guys, look, there's a wheel on this one, and there's a circle on this guy's badge, so that's the circle. They're like, oh, it's green. Maybe it was a guy wearing green. You know, like, you're trying to communicate with these, like, weird dream-like vision cards. I want to play that game so bad, because you all know I'm a little psychic when it comes to video games. And my mom has an incredible intuitive sense, so I think it'd be so fun to play. Did you like it, Larry? Did you like it? Oh my god. I think it'd be so much fun. To just, like, give people cryptic hints and then just be like, oh my ghost. What do you think? No. I don't think I've played Fandango. Is it Grim Fandango? Is that the one, Manny? I don't think I've played that before, but I do want to play it. It might even be on our list of games to play this year. You did like it? Did you all ever end up figuring out, like, who the murderer was or whatever? This is where the bracelet in question was last seen. I must investigate the crime scene thoroughly, leaving no stone unturned. Okay. Angeline confirms burglary. Values are insured, and she arrived for breakfast with Elizabeth. Okay, it was a while ago. You forgot how it ended up. Yeah, that's not on fire. Yeah, I want to play that Grim Fandango game. I remember watching Skin Teen play a little bit of it and thinking this is a clever thing. Hey, there's something underneath this thing. This is covered in a black powder. It would not be much of an assumption to assume that this had come from dealing with the fireplace or dirt on a windowsill. There looks to be something under the thing. It doesn't look like there's a piece of paper underneath this bureau. The tabletop game Fandango? I have no idea what that is. So just keep the room rather snug on a cold evening. Great investigation there, Poirot. Who do you think that person in that image is? There's like a beautiful woman in that picture. Gay? Maybe? Grim Fandango is F-word and cool? Yeah. But someone has obviously resided here for some time and only moved recently. Oh, something resided here for some time and only moved recently. So there was a rectangular dust recess, and then there's also... Why not this coat? The frame is noticeably cracked. Furthermore, the internal latch shows it has been opened from the inside, and rather forcefully, I must add. Okay, so they didn't know the window was locked, and they just opened it. They just slammed it open. Interesting. Interesting. Broken glass? Rather irresponsible and dangerous to leave it in this state, whether one is in a rush or not. Imagine, I mean, honestly, if you're breaking in somewhere, it would be kind of maybe smart to, if it's a small amount of glass, to clean it up. That sunlight is nice, isn't it? It's a cool way to, like, show that exposure. Am I literally just tapping up broken glass? The gentleman is the same one from the hallway. Judging by the cracked glass, this must have been recently dropped. I'll be able to connect those two, I think. And an abandoned fire poker. Was there a battle in here? It's been left out, oddly not replacing its stand. The ending has a hooked spike. What further use could it have? Maybe... Okay, I think they tied some sort of bed sheets to the spike, set it in that lattice, like the thing that's covering the windows, or like put it, like had it hook around the thing so they could rappel from there. Then they like tugged it. It broke part of that windowsill, and the sheets flung off or something, you know. Something like that. Dragon Age games are now 90% off on Steam right now. Am I playing any of those this year, I wonder? For the new year, new game every day. Fandango is a heist game where players play as crooks and cops / detectives. It's basically cops and robbers D&D game that lasts one session. Cute! I heard something about, like, the Brothers Burgle or something, or Brothers Burglar or something like that. It sounds similar. I guess it's not, like, D&D-like. It's, like, you move... There's a bunch of tiles on a map, and you flip them over as you go to them. There's, like, different kind of warnings that go off on them. It's $10 for Origins, Dragon Quest, or Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition. All together. That's great. This must be where the piece in question has disappeared from. So many beautiful pieces remain. I found everything here that can help me uncover the truth. Perhaps I must consider what these clues mean. Yeah, let's do some consideration. Okay. Let's think about this bracelet. The valuables are insured. I want to click that to auction crate.
I must act.
You're a dope if you don't think that's connected. She needs money. That's fine, I guess. Okay, there's an abandoned poker. Oh, fallen soot in the fireplace. It appears this morning's weather was severe enough to shake the house to its core. A smattering of soot has fallen to the chimney. Oh, well, there was that rag that had the soot. This.
Come, my little grey cells.
I did watch the Nintendo Direct the other day, bad boy. What did you think? What was your most thrilling announcements? There were so many good ones. I don't know if I'm the only person out here who was like, hell yeah, Mario and Luigi game. I love that. Maybe there's something in between. Yeah, there's probably something in between. Yeah, it's gotta be something in between. I do want to chat with like Angeline before we go further. She's gotta have something to say about some of the
The
stuff.
longer you're here, the further the criminal goes with my bracelet. But by all
means, fire away. Besides your bracelet, have you noticed anything else
is one
missing?
bracelet not enough?
Please, Mademoiselle, I only ask that you are sure it is my duty to return your bracelet. I trust you keep track of your jewelry, especially those of such value to you. But it's gonna be
I
nice
have
to me.
checked everywhere. You can ask Elizabeth if you don't believe me. It is only my bracelet that is missing.
So why would they not steal everything else if they were a
As I
burglar?
have stated, it is my duty to speak with every member of the house, and I would not want to have discovered a further missing piece later.
Exactly, Bad Boy 69. It's cool to be able to play as Zelda, finally, you know. Oh, my brother was actually hyped for the Romancing Saga 2 remake. He was very excited about that, although I think it is a Square joint. My brother's currently not playing any Square games until they, like, rescind their policy on NFTs and stuff.
You have been of great help to my investigation.
He doesn't like that they're still considering putting NFTs and stuff, so he's not gonna play any Square stuff until they back out of that. Let's make some connections, shall we? Okay, so jewelry box was open. There was an opportunity to take more. Well, can I connect the broken glass? Okay, it's unprotected. Okay, I have to connect these two. Broken glass, the picture frame broke.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
I don't know if they haven't. If you have any links to articles saying that they're no longer interested in NFT stuff, you can provide them to me and I will, I'll show my brother. Seems the photograph fell on the floor and Angeline replaced it. So now we need to talk to her. Why did she replace that?
The longer you're
Hello,
here,
Harmless.
the further
Good
the
to see
criminal.
you. You're gonna tune in for a little while you finish off some work. It's super hot. Oh my gosh. Hopefully you're staying cool right now. What's your favorite way to stay cool, Harmless? Glad to see you here. We are investigating things with our gray cells, our brain cells. I assume the photograph was cracked by accident.
How should I know? I returned to the room and father was face down on the floor. It must have been the burglar.
So sad about it, Angeline.
So it is your father that is the subject.
Yes.
Isn't he handsome? I remember watching him sit for it. He kept looking across and smiling at me. The artist was getting awfully angry at him.
Feeling shame and curiosity, would you tell me more about your father? You think that they're still running an NFT game that everyone thought was going to be Parasite Eve's successor? Interesting. To stay cool, you reduce clothing. I have reduced clothing. I'm wearing shorts at present. Shockingly. Your freezer is so full of ice lollies. The other day when I was outside and I was getting like nauseously hot, I did go inside and I got a little watermelon popsicle. It helped for a little bit, I have to tell you.
Maman never wants to talk about him. She says it's too hard, but she acts more like she doesn't even care he's gone.
I'm sure that is not the case. It must have been very hard for her, for you both.
Unless she killed him.
I miss him every day. He always knew how to put a smile on my face. I remember how much fun we would have, all three of us. In the summer, father and I would play hide and seek while Maman read. She always helped me though whenever it was his turn to hide.
So they had a lot of fun and it seemed they had a lot of love for each other.
I would stand in the gazebo, cover my eyes and count, and when I turned, he was nowhere to be seen. Maman would lower her book and flash a look towards his hiding spot. After I found him, he clapped and cheered as though I had won a gold medal. When I was hiding, it didn't matter where I was. He could never find me. I always thought I was an expert hider, but when I think back now, I know he was
It's such a
letting me
cute
win.
look. That's how Barbie
He
does it,
always
Mash.
said my smile was prize enough for him. He always knew just what to say.
I'm sure he would want you to be smiling today, even under such circumstances.
Having heard her story, I can begin to see why he's so missed. It is a tragedy, the loss of a loving father and husband.
You have been of great help to my investigation, mademoiselle. I will do everything I can to find the culprit and return your bracelet.
Now I think I can connect the photograph with the portrait at least. So, like, we got the picture of the gentleman, Angeline's father. Where's that? Crap. Where is it? Oh, was this in a... Oh, oh. Weird. Is it on a different floor? This floor? Okay. Valuables are insured. Cassandra holds the master key. Have I not talked to her about... Oh, she's locked up her. That's right, that's right, that's right. Okay. Portrait of a gentleman, unknown subject. But we do know that the subject is actually the father. It's the same portrait. Can I connect this to the quote on the plaque? Oh, I think I can. Strange symbol. Quote on the plaque.
Some would say a lucky guess.
Star-crossed lovers.
I would say a moment of genius.
It seems Haunted House it has a keen interest in the works of William Shakespeare. Isn't that exciting? Okay. Cassandra confirms theft. Or theft. Can I connect the valuables being insured to the theft?
I cannot see the logic in this.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I do want to connect Portrait of the Gentleman to the father, but there's no father here. I do think maybe missing painting auction crate.
What a revelation!
What a revelation! Madame is selling a great deal of her collection. Perhaps there's more to this than just redecorating. She's selling heirlooms. Can I do valuables are insured? Oh, there's no connections left to make there. Okay, interesting. I must make some connections here then. Okay, the abandoned poker. Nothing else was taken, but if there was a burglary, why didn't they take anything?
This will not get me any closer to...
If they're insured, why didn't they take anything?
Is there something I am not...
Okay. We already tried to connect. Well, how about jewelry box and nothing else was taken? It's weird. The box is open. They had every opportunity to
I must take
okay,
a
never
different
mind.
approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Wait, who is... So is Willie Wagger Dagger, that is a play on William Shakespeare, right? What is that from, Mash? Also, it looks like the ad break is going to start again soon, in another minute or so, just so you all know. Did we ask her about the rectangular... So something moved. Oh, I have to look at either... Oh, well, okay, I guess I have to connect the window and the poker, huh?
Another success.
Another success.
I never doubted myself.
It was forced open, and looking at the poker, I cannot see a delicate way it could have been done. Who could do such a thing, and why? Somebody forced open the window from inside. Very strange. Okay, that's all the connections we can make. Is there anything else we can say to Angelina, or do we have to go talk to... What is that? Oh, it's saving my game in the bottom corner. Okay.
The longer you're here, the...
Don't worry, the criminal's here and it's your mom. It's gonna be fine. Go to that main hall and chat with Cassandra. Okay, maybe your mom had said something like that. Interesting. This is the main room, huh? Searching the bathroom is not essential to my... You don't know they could have flushed it. They could have flushed the bracelet. Okay. Is there a way I can, like, connect this to the... Rather impressive portrait, I must say. That's it. I mean, it's literally the same portrait. Okay. Hey, why are your phone lines off? Madam.
Really, officer?
Merci, madame.
You have been helpful, I guess? Wait, is there another door here? Oh no, that's just investigating the books. Okay, that's locked, and that's where Poirot is. Some of the greatest authors and novels. So Shakespeare's got to be on there too, right? Maybe I can talk to Elizabeth about more of this stuff? Because the other two women don't want to talk, and I don't seem to have any connections left to make. So what's up? Oh, she's got stuff to chat about.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth, I hope you are feeling less distressed now. I can assure you I shall find the guilty party and the bracelet.
So I thought those two were the star-crossed lovers, but maybe it's the madam and the count.
Thank you, officer. Yes. All I want is for Florette to
I
be
like her
heard.
beauty marks. That's fun.
Bien sûr. Rest assured she will get the fair trial she deserves. I wonder if you could help me with some questions regarding the house.
I still think that she's in love with Luke, though.
Of course. Whatever I can do to help.
There's sobbing coming from behind the locked lounge
When
door.
I left, Madame was with Florette in there. Surely she would not have locked her in. It must have been an accident.
You don't think she locked her in there on purpose so that she couldn't get away or, like, explain herself?
Madame Van den Bosch should not be deciding her fate. Would you grant me access to speak with her?
I would, sir, but I don't have the key. There is a spare somewhere, though. Oh, how awful, the thought of her locked in there.
Poor gal. Welcome back from the ad break, by the way, everybody.
Do you have any thoughts as to where I may find it?
I'm sorry. Madame does not trust the staff with such knowledge, even me. Although I did overhear her
Close
once
to
say it
her
was hidden
heart.
somewhere. Close to
Probably
her
in the
heart.
books.
Whatever that means.
She likes books a lot. She likes reading. I am filled with sorrow for the young girl trapped in the lounge, but I have to admit I have missed the thrill of solving a good puzzle. I'm sorry that she got locked in there, but boy is this fun. Perhaps the countryside is not as tedious as it seems on the surface. Did you notice anything else missing when you
Now
returned?
I think of it, I don't recall seeing her memento tin.
Bro. You're right, but why would, if she has one key, why would the spare key be in the bra? Her memento tin. Memento tin. Could this be what usually resides on the desk in the Mademoiselle's bedroom?
She holds her keepsakes from her father and other gifts or tokens in it. She has such a wonderful collection. She's very lucky. She normally keeps it close, but I didn't see it this morning.
That's right, because Elizabeth
Merci,
did wake up.
mademoiselle. Your assistance has been invaluable.
Elizabeth woke up Angeline today. Okay. Just making sure there's no, like, memento tins out here. Oh, also smacking the microphone, as you do. So let's look into this bracelet situation. Cassandra has the master key. Elizabeth has confirmed a spare key. It's close to her heart. Is that connected to her interest in Shakespeare?
The pieces of the
Ba-boom,
puzzle are
baby!
finally coming together.
The key is discreet enough to hide almost anywhere, even inside of a book. Freaking genius. Let me look into this as well. So this memento thing, we're going to connect the idea of the memento to the dust. Something else is missing. Where is this memento tin info? Angeline's father, unprotected, open, soot. Hold on. Oh, it says there's no things to make. Okay. Great! Let's go read a book! It's not hard to have fun when you have a book or something, you know. Some of the greatest authors and novels throughout history. I have to talk to her about it and not just find it myself. Okay. Whoa, hold on now. Maybe that's over here. Oh, well, it's the gold band. Nothing to do with this grandfather clock, by the way. When's the last time you've seen a grandfather clock? by the
Really,
way?
officer, you are wasting both.
I can't
Merci,
back to
madame.
Cassandra? Excusez-moi? Who's Elizabeth? Oh, Elizabeth is outside. My bad. Let's go chat with Elizabeth about this. Elizabeth, which books are books? Tell me what books are.
Certainly, officer.
The house contains a great deal of literature. Are you all keen readers?
Madame is the one with the refined taste. Angeline and I are much more partial to a simple love story.
Aren't we all? Romeo and Juliet, the most famous of love stories.
The most famous and best of love stories. It's so funny that I was just saying that earlier, Solitary Jordan, because Kaino had said it sounds like a PS5 like menu stuff. It sounds like a PlayStation menu thing. Looks like also I've dropped some frames today. Did anybody have any buffering? Earlier I've dropped a good chunk of frames. You let me know.
I do enjoy it so. The passion, the romance. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Madame has a copy upstairs in the main hall.
I guess I don't have TV, so.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Alrighty. Upstairs, the Romeo and Juliets. We got this. They do know how that play ends. You would wonder, wouldn't you? If they did. Considering how bad things end up, honestly. Oh, this is where it is, eh? Okay. One of the greatest love stories ever written. I'm glad to see Shakespeare's words are being enjoyed. And here is the key, of course. Let's see, we have a new little thingy, but there's no links to be made. But here's the hidden upstairs. Get that key. Okay. So now let me unlock the door. Right? Like, right in front of the woman who said, don't you dare unlock that door, that's where the criminal is. I feel like that's not gonna go over well, but okay. Just open up this door.
Finally, it is unlocked.
Let's go talk to
What
Florette.
exactly do you think you are doing?
Shock this one.
If I am to serve justice, I must be able to reach and talk with young Florette.
The girl is guilty and shall pay the price for her crime. I shall see to that. If you wish to listen to her feeble attempts to explain herself, so be it.
Don't you love the way the folks brought their waist in with these like piped lines, like just to get the illusion of having like a 2-inch waist? That is wild. It definitely feels like PS2, PS3, or Dreamcast sounds, huh? No way, Larry. You were at the supermarket and they had old Yeller branded dog food. That's so sad.
Everyone deserves to tell their side of the story,
That's
whether a
just-
feeble account or not.
Oh my god. That's so depressing. Good old Dreamcast. You know, I never had a Dreamcast. What'd you play on that, Kaino? At last, I'm able to speak with the accused and hear her version of the events. I still have a number of questions. Perhaps she may hold the answers. Okay. Hello, Florette.
Mademoiselle Florette, I presume.
Please, officer. I did nothing wrong. You can't take me away.
Poor girl.
Please relax. my
Love
dear.
her blush.
If you have done
I'm
nothing
sure
wrong,
it's
you
from
have
crying.
nothing to worry about. But it is my duty to investigate all avenues. Ah bon?
Relax. So you don't think I took the bracelet?
As of this moment, I cannot say. But answering my questions honestly will certainly help
I
your case
genuinely don't
either
think
way.
you took it. I'd be so shocked if she did take it. It would be more of a reveal if she really did take it than it would be if anybody else in this house took it. Yeah, I'm worried about that. Yeah, somebody in marketing maybe never watched the old Yeller movie, huh? Oh, you played Phantasy Star Online with your friends. Nice. These sound effects do seem straight out of the PS2 BIOS menu. It's strange because you'd think they could go for something a little more like of the times, like for the UI stuff. I wonder why they didn't go with something like sound of a stamp, or like, I do think we hear some page turning sound effects, right? That makes sense to me. You're the accused. Why don't you begin by giving me your account
I
of the
didn't
moaning?
even know it was missing till I got accused of taking it. Madame was so angry. She wouldn't listen to me.
There must be some reasoning behind her accusation.
It's Poirot's iPad, yeah. Bloom.
How could I have taken it? I've been in town most of the morning. I was even late coming back. Then I was preparing breakfast.
So much to do. What exactly were you tasked with this morning?
Rihanna the cook is away, so I had to fetch breakfast for the house and prepare it all myself. How does she expect me to do that all on my own?
From what I understand of Madame van den Bosch, she would not have been best pleased you returned late for breakfast.
Not best pleased? I thought she was going to batter me to death with a baguette. I hid in the kitchen and then tried to stay out of sight in the lounge until breakfast was
Poor
over.
gal.
Didn't want to put my head near her jaws while she was still hungry.
She looks like she's about to pass out, honestly. You mentioned Dreamcast just because of all the Japanese imports where they shout the name of the game as it starts. Yeah. Crazy Taxi. Stuff like that. It is refreshing to hear classic menu blips, though. Yes, it is nice. But it is so, like, it so stands starkly with the game. It's not bad. But it's like, it feels like a very interesting choice, you know?
Perhaps a brave move under the circumstances. And you did not go upstairs at all.
We did find that dust cloth upstairs, so did she leave it there?
Madame was singeing a hole in the back of my apron with her glare. I daren't have moved. I was too scared to blink the wrong way. Never mind stamping upstairs.
In this morning's rain, I assume you would have hurried in your duties.
I must just be slow, monsieur. My mother always said I moved like the snail. Maybe I was just happy to be out of the house.
Perhaps you were overcome by the volume of tasks at hand.
I had a lot
Hey,
to
Pine,
do.
good to see you.
I lost track of time. I wanted to prove to Madame I'm not the useless waif she thinks I am.
Okay, thank you.
Merci. I shall take everything you have told me into consideration.
Okay, new mind map unlocked. Mwah. Now that I've finally met young Florette, I should work to ascertain her innocence or guilt. Florette has been crying? Well, let me real quick connect. Oh, I can't connect. Florette's been crying is connected to being accused of theft. I think. Let's investigate this room. Look for collecting a garment from Goosens and Company. Goosens. It's dated today. Customer E. Paget. That must be Eliza Paget. Please bring this receipt with you when you come to clear garments. The requested alterations of one mended sleeve, torn shoulder. Oh, was it Elizabeth who stole it? Because she wants to run away with Luke? Did she jump out of the window and have her coat repaired after stealing the stuff? Will be completed by the end of the day Monday, available for collection Tuesday. From Goosens and Company. What? If you can't trust a maid with a French accent, who can you trust, right? Clue has taught me to definitely trust the maid, you know. So, a button was popped off, a shoulder was torn, and there was an inline tear in the breast pocket. Okay. Be completed by the end of the day Monday and available for collection Tuesday. Fascinating. Oh, this is getting a little more intriguing. I wonder what the wine connoisseur of the house is. A vintage like this would fetch quite a price. No way to investigate that. Okay. Hello, Keen. Good to see you. Luc Piet. I have uncovered a secret memory from Luke. Interesting. To receive such a note of devotion and love must be a sight. Signed from Luke. To whom is his love, I wonder? My love, it is an obligation that's taken me away from you, but it is my heart that will keep us together. My aunt is in much better health. Rest and some company has done her wonders. I hope to return to you in my duties at the house in a matter of days. Until then, keep well and know that you are in my thoughts now and forever, Luke. It's gotta be... Well, that was definitely addressed to Emily. You know. Gotta have been. Is the poker missing from here? It was taken from here into the upstairs? This is quite substantial, MASH. I thought this was going to be like a quick little 5-10 minute jaunt. A poker stand without a fire poker is rather useless in my opinion. Where could it be? A stray of fire poker shouldn't be hard to find. Come, my little gray cells, let us get to the bottom of this mystery. Is that their way of saying, like, this is really important? Okay, where's that fire poker, puppy? Where did you put that poker? Okay. Oh wait, lounge door was there. Nope. Okay, let's connect the lounge. Is it here? Bianzin's poker stand.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
News the days where game consoles sounded like weird alien SCP devices. Oh yeah, like the PS2 boot up thing. Love that. Love how weird and scary that sounded. Seems Angeline may have been the last one to use this. Angeline moved the poker, huh? Did somebody destroy some evidence in the fire, perhaps? Like they burned something? Some croissants on this table. Give me croissants. A selection of pastries. I could spend my morning in front of Mrs. Albar's boulangerie taking in the smell. I want pastries, please. A wet parcel. A wrapped parcel completely soaked through. I hope it has not ruined the contents. Interesting. The initials EP suggest that this is Elizabeth's. A nasty black soot smudge is apparent. Why would a delicate item be used on such a stubborn stain? A croissant. Who doesn't love a little croissant? This newspaper is no import, but this might be. A fine-tooth comb. I've inspected every item in the prologue. I do always agree with the telephone companies and their charges, but ignoring the bills will not make them disappear. So the family needs money. That's why I still think it could be the mom stealing her own jewelry. Maybe the maid is in cahoots and wanted a cut of it. Dear madam, despite our best efforts to contact you regarding your account, we have not received any response to the previous correspondence. Bear in mind, you are being served formal notice of 30 days from today to make a full payment on the outstanding balance or be forced to revoke your service. If you would like to discuss the matter or have any further questions, please contact us immediately. It regards Mr. Beaumont from the Bell Telephone Company, of course. The entire PS2 BIOS menu sounded like it's straight out of proto Dead Space stuff, right? I was just thinking, I was like, man, it's gotta be time for me to take my meds soon. Gotta be. Let me make sure. Okay, good. I have no idea who called me earlier. Okay. Bada boom. Oh, they didn't go down. Hold on. Let's connect the telephone being off to the final demand, of course.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I should say that literally next time, like, the smallest thing happens in my house. I'll be like, oh, I should not be surprised. Like, oh, there's no cheese. Jim was just eating cheese. I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction. I see my brother has eaten the last of the shredded cheese at 4 a.m. standing in front of the cheese drawer. I'm not surprised the telephone doesn't work. One can't ignore financial responsibilities. Financial responsibilities ignored. There is another thing you can connect this to. Could be auction crate in the financial responsibilities.
Order and method.
Shut up.
That it.
Alright, is anything pulsing? Valuables are insured. I swear to God, I can't believe that doesn't connect to that.
Come, my little Grace.
You're killing me, Poirot. You killed me, Poirot. There is one more connection to be made here. And it's gotta be between financial responsibilities, being ignored, etc. There's one more thing to be freaking made. Is it the... Oh, well, L loves E. Can we not connect that to Elizabeth and whatnot? The bench carving. The bench carving is so big to me. Okay, let's dive elsewhere. We'll check it on the bracelet. A selection of pastries largely untouched. There is more than enough for those in the house. That is weird. And the breakfast selection recently purchased from local boulangerie. Largely untouched, huh? There's also the final demand, a collection slip, etc., etc. There's an address label. Wait. It says, although the package is addressed to E. Paget, there's no house address or stamp. How did this arrive? The wet parcel, the formal suit, a mended mail suit is inside. A great deal of effort has been put into restoring it. Maybe it has sentimental value? Receives such a note of devotion of love, such a delight. Signed from Luke, who is his love? It's obviously Miss Elizabeth. How come I can't connect her? You are killing me, video game. This game is killing me. I should not be surprised by my own pondering of the orb. Smee, how are you? I was just thinking about you yesterday. I was hoping that you were doing well. We are playing Hercule, Poirot, Agatha Christie, the first cases. Some order of that. Would you like some 101 Ways to Praise Kids in a giant laminated thing? I can read to you some of the 101 Ways to Praise Kids. So if you're craving some praise, I could do that. Could also get out the tarot cards or the Whispers of the Ocean for you. You let me know. Okay, Florette claims innocence. Florette got breakfast. This was the breakfast she got. Florette was dawdling. With so much to do this morning, I would have expected her to be more focused on the time. Florette's been crying. Understandable by how she's been treated. I mean, can we connect these two?
Is there something
Is there something I am not seeing? It's weird that the breakfast wasn't touched. Do you always agree with telephone companies for the bills? And then also, this is new. The personalized handkerchief. The initials EP suggests this is Elizabeth. The black soot smudge is apparent. Can we connect this to the poker?
This will not get me
No,
any.
we can't. Okay. I just really feel like she took it. There's a link that we're missing. We have maybe there's still some conversation I can have. But let's see. I've talked to everybody there. I've talked to everybody there. I have to confirm her innocence or guilt somehow. You would like the tarot because you were a sadist, okay? Did I have to say it all pretentious like that? What? What? The 101? Wait, what did I say pretentiously? I forgot. I've already forgotten. But thank you so much for the tier 3 sub and the over 3 years of support. Unbelievable, Smee. Unfreaking believable. Oh, the game's title. I guess I said it pretentiously, maybe. It's just the title, and perhaps I was trying to put a little French accent on it, too. A lot of ladies in this house. A lot of gals. Gotta be something we can... Wait, can I connect the... I should be able to connect the address label on the collection slip. Because if the collection slip is from the... Let me look at this for 1 second. Hold on. I'll get back to shuffling in a sec. Is this... That's the tailor's address label.
Magnifique.
There you go. I just want to do that. Okay, back to shuffling. So, Smee, let us see what the future holds for your video games. It says, Mash, if you could have any pastry in this moment, which one would you have? I think I would go with the Danish. What about you all? For you, Smee, we're starting off with the 7 of Cups, which can mean getting distracted by new shiny things. Or unable to commit to something. Maybe you've been playing a lot of different things or doing a lot of fun different art projects, but you haven't actually finished one yet. And you've also got the 5 of Pentacles. So, if you've been in the habit of starting a lot of projects and not finishing them, if it's like task related, it's always good to be like, hey, I started this. Can somebody help me finish this? It says the difficulty is lessening, and you're also using spiritual resources to cope and endure in hard times. Because the 5 of Pentacles features 2 folks who are poor and destitute and in need of help. kind of passing by a church that has the pentacles in the window. So, this is a good time if you need help. You started a bunch of games, you're like, oh, I got stuck on this game. Look for some guidance to finish it. Ask a friend what they did to beat the game, maybe, or ask someone who's, you know, do the little sister to big brother technique and be like, I can't beat this boss, please help, you know, something like that. A Dutch letter. A Dutch letter, is that a kind of pastry? Also, Ewan, tell me about this baseball talk. I think my O's are lighting up the Yankees right now. Apple strudel is a great pick. Oh, I do love an apple strudel. And we passed by some donuts at the grocery store today, and I was like, giving him the eye like, ooh, a glazed donut. We certainly passed right by him, though. The Orioles are smoking the Yankees 12-5. Yes! Top of the 6th. Dang, I can't believe I'm missing this. Ugh. Feel like I could be absorbing some real good orange vibes today, but that's okay. So Smee, I would say if you've been starting a lot of projects, ask for some help to get them finished, and maybe focus on something that you can really dedicate your attention to, and make sure you're getting the right resources to complete it. Maybe you think like, oh, you know, I don't have the money for this, or I don't have the time for this. See if you can borrow some time. See if you can borrow some money. See if you can be like, hey, hope you don't mind. Can you help me out with this so I can get home a little early? You know, that kind of thing. Pain au chocolat. Very nice, Celadors. You know, I've never had a pain au chocolat before. If I could go for any... I think I'd go for a Danish right now. If I can go for any pastry. A Danish would go down real nice. It seems someone collected this by hand. Who, I wonder? Probably... Florence herself. She was dawdling.
I must act on.
I can't believe that is it. I can't believe that was not it. Maybe Elizabeth? It can't be Elizabeth. Wait, did I connect the wrong thing?
What a revelation!
I'm a dope. I connected the address label to Florette. Elizabeth must have requested Florette's assistance this morning, causing her to run late. I doubt the madam was happy about this. Okay, so now we need to talk to Elizabeth about this. Let's see if there's anything else we can connect. So there's just one connection missing here. The personalized handkerchief. It's covered in soot. What about this cleaning rag? That was also
Another
covered in
success.
soot.
I never doubted myself.
Okay, so... Oh! Interesting! It is a Dutch letter! There's sort of a sweet pastry with almond paste. Oh my god, that sounds really good. You're saddened by the Mets' current form. What do you think is the breakdown going on with the Mets that's causing this issue, Ewan? I also just want to say, I know this is a little off topic, but I want to thank everybody who's out there lurking and listening. I appreciate you listening to me piece this mystery together. Yeah, perhaps the handkerchief was used to clean up what the rag did not. So we can talk to Elizabeth about that. Insufficient cleanup. And finally, is there anything new here? Oh god, I don't remember what the new piece was. Well, it was the financial responsibilities being ignored. There's still a connection I can make. We know the subject had to be the papa. But... spare key, the bench carving, inside Shakespeare book, interest in Shakespeare, strange symbol, theft. The valuables insured in the selling heirlooms just feel like it to me.
I cannot see the logic in this.
How about... oh! Selling heirlooms and financial responsibilities, I see.
I should not be surprised by my
should not
own
be
skills
surprised.
of deduction.
You know, I think you're playing for an early draft pick next year. You think so? You think the Mets might be going into full-on just blow things up and see if you can rebuild mode? Damn. That is tough. But I mean, it has worked out for teams in the past. It's messed up that it seems like I figured this out 2 minutes in. Yes, but like I said, it's like, oh, they're selling the jewelry in order to make money and stuff. But they want to blame it on somebody else. Except I can't just come out and say they're doing it. I have to prove the fact that they went to Walgreens to buy a stick of gum or something, you know. No, actually, one of your cards was upside down, so you drew the Five of Pentacles in reverse, which means difficulties lessen. If it was upright, it would mean, like, poverty, material loss, poor health, being in despair, feeling spiritually bankrupt. But, like, having it reverse means that things are on the up and up, the situation is starting to mend. You're able to receive help if you ask for it. You also got the Seven of Cups in reverse too, so they were both in reverse. The Seven of Cups, when it is upright, means you have a variety of options available to you in a positive way. But it's sort of like it's also like a dreamy thing, like they're kind of fantastical options, but they're not like material, they're not like grounded or anything. In reverse, it could be meaning willfully deluded as to a situation or an impractical fantasy, but I thought it was like perhaps you have been picking up different things that you're enjoying and pursuing them, but not finishing them, you know. The United Football League had a game between two of the lowest teams, and whoever won would get first picks each round. Interesting. You like that idea? It gives the worst team something to aim for at the end of the season. Do they win a giant spoon instead of a trophy? That would be funny. The family must be in a far worse position than I thought. I wonder if such desperation led to drastic actions, like perhaps stealing a bracelet. So, Cassandra is desperate for money. Oh, so I must connect this to the selling of the portraits, huh? Auction crate, right?
I must take a different approach if I am.
She's definitely selling stuff. So she's desperate for money. We can connect that to she did it. We're gonna connect it. Valuables are insured. Okay.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
There we go. It cannot be coincidence that what is not being sold has been recently insured. Should talk to Madame Van de Bosch. Madame Van de Bosch's accusation has more behind it than it seems. A young maid would make the perfect scapegoats, and such a coincidental timing ensuring the bracelet. Still, there are questions that need to be asked. Okay, now we must ask Elizabeth and Cassandra more questions. Florette, we could ask about things.
Anything to show you I didn't do it.
Those tears are pouring out of her face.
I need this job, monsieur.
Was it you who collected the parcel this morning while you were in town?
Yes. Another thing on my to-do list. I'm afraid it's not in the same condition as when I picked it up.
All this talk about pastries makes me so hungry. So hungry. I would do anything. Now, Smee, tell me, what do you think of those two cards? The Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. What do you think about your gaming tarot reading of the month? Does that resonate with you in any level?
At whose request?
Elizabeth's, of course.
It was a favor for Lizzie. I didn't mind having to get it.
Now, the twist here would be if the L didn't stand for Luke, but it stand for Lizzie. And, like, if Florette is called, like, I don't know, something with an E, and then they're gay. That's what I would love. Alright, a petite favor for Lizzie. Okay, where did that pop up? Florette confirmed collection. Indeed. Okay. Oh, no worries, me. You know what? It's all up to you, so you think about that. You know, I have no prognostication skills.
Officer, you are wasting both your time
but I
and
do think
mine.
humans are incredible at finding patterns between things. That's why I'm glad to present the options to you, you know. Ooh, this is a red exclamation point. Questions with the red thing indicate a dialogue challenge that is available for the character. Choose a question marked with that to begin. Interesting.
If you have something to ask,
Ooh, she's
officer, I
defensive.
suggest you stop wasting my time further and just
Myself
get
up
on with
here.
it.
I've already seen and heard how hot-tempered Madame Van de Bosch can be. I should approach this with some sensitivity. Understanding. My apologies, madam. I was merely thinking about what Florette has done to your family. Put the onus on Florette. Pardon, I'm considering all avenues. There's much for me to contemplate. I'm gonna go with, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about what Florette has done to your family.
And this is how she repays me? I will not be happy until I see her sufficiently punished.
Complimentary. I'm grateful for your vigilance, but it's time for the authorities to decide her fate now. I can understand her anger. Her actions broke your trust and affected you all. Her punishment should be decided according to the law, not the lady of the house. She's not gonna like any of those except for let's go the empathetic route.
I am glad you have finally come to your senses.
Am I
and
winning
have
or am I
seen her
losing?
guilt.
Because it's like flashing green. I don't know if that's good or not. I couldn't help but notice the art being sent to the auctioneer is very forward. Since the death of your husband, have you struggled to keep the house in the position it was in? Or it must be difficult raising Mademoiselle Angelina running the house alone. If I was a cagey woman who felt badly enough about keeping, like, not being able to keep the house in order, that I had to blame my own maid for stealing something that I had to sell, that I had to, like, get out of this house and get the insurance money, would I want somebody to point that out? Forward, inquisitive, or sympathetic? Maybe I'll just be sympathetic. It must have been really challenging.
It is challenging at times, I will admit. But I can assure you...
Have I been beefing it? I have no idea if I'm, like, fully beefing it or doing okay.
I have tried my best to
Okay.
provide for Angeline, although sometimes she may not see it that way. She is not to know about what we have discussed.
Did I break her
It is
guard?
my burden to carry.
Did I get any info from her?
You are accepting the hand you have been dealt and raising a fine young mademoiselle. That is all that can be asked of you.
I believe Quantum Witcher suggested this game. Are you an Agatha Christie fan, Smee? She staggered. Go for the crit. Yeah. She has like a little red dot at the center of her. And I'm just like...
And you have done nothing but bother my
Was that a
staff
failure?
and my family. I cannot stand here any longer and listen to this second-rate officer speaking such drivel.
She walks like she has something up her butt. Well, Madame Van de Bosch offers me the smallest slither of emotion, showing she cares for her daughter before she makes haste to the door. Is that out of embarrassment, or is there perhaps something she's trying to hide? Well, there is the poopy stain on the ground there. I think it's perhaps time I continue my investigation elsewhere. You broke down Cassandra's defenses and you obtained new evidence. You really hit a nerve with Cassandra. Did I find new evidence? Did I? Was there new evidence? I don't think so. She may have merely... so Madame Van de Bosch was quick to accuse Poirot, but she may have been an scapegoat. The supposed theft would certainly fit the insurance plans and her plans to sell the heirlooms. Okay. Yeah, because why just sell the bracelet when you can get money for the bracelet being stolen and then sell the bracelet? Double the money. You know. Alrighty, Elizabeth.
Certainly, officer.
Okay. You tell me about the package in the lounge.
The lounge? A package?
That corset is altering her spine. Yeah, that's maybe why she was, like, moving so stiffly.
Oui, it is quite hard to miss.
There's a big wet package in there.
Oh, how silly of me. I must have had my head in the clouds this morning. I'm sorry, I can't help you further.
You have one of her books you're looking for as a graphic novel or illustrated book that you can't remember the title of at the moment. Do you remember the images that were on the cover or anything? Says the obvious. Was there anything unusual this morning? Oh, you're not missing an initial handkerchief, are you?
Why, yes, officer. I misplaced it after wiping a stain from Mademoiselle Angelique's sleeve at breakfast. You are a great detective.
Stain on the sleeve, huh? Okay.
You are not the first to say. Had she not noticed it herself, I imagine Madame would not allow even the smallest imperfection.
It baffles me how she couldn't have. It was only luck that I spotted it before Madame, and a good thing I did.
So Elizabeth met up with Angeline first thing in the morning, and then they had breakfast together. But breakfast was very late because Florette had to go out and get Elizabeth's package and all that stuff. Oh, that's all good, Smee. It's cool, though, that, like, you got to read, like, a graphic novel or illustrated book of Agatha Christie's. I haven't read any of them myself, so I am the total poser, you know. Is there anything else unusual about this morning, Elizabeth?
Besides the terrible rain? No. I woke, began my duties with Mademoiselle. I had already laid out a clean dress. I helped her into it, and prepared her for the day before getting started on tidying her room as neat as a pin.
But it wasn't neat. There was a poker out, the glass had broken, and the window was broken.
And the bracelet was still there when you left the room for breakfast.
I'm sure of it. I had it down before Mademoiselle Angeline.
So Florette literally couldn't have stolen it. Because she got locked in after breakfast, I think.
Madame is under a great deal of strain. It can't have been easy for her to lose her husband, raising Mademoiselle alone. She can be quick to anger.
And this morning, it sounds as though it was such an occasion.
It's not the first time I have had to stand and watch such treatment. I hate to see it. As I said, Madame hasn't had the easiest time.
Who else has been fired?
Madame's scolding of Fleurette this morning was the worst I have seen her temper.
She's always scolding Florette.
I wish you could see that Fleurette is just trying to do her best.
It's escaping you at the moment, but you're trying to get a lot of classics as graphic novels or illustrated books. And you're pretty sure one of her books was on the list. Interesting. That's cool. You know, that reminds me, one of our mods, Part Bear, Part Not, is also doing this reading challenge. I would love to check in with PBPN, see how their reading challenge is going. Because I remember they were reading a bunch of recommended books, and a lot of them were like illustrated books too. Even like children's books. I wonder how PBPN is doing. Maybe I should message them soon.
Could there have been another reason for such a reaction?
Yeah, why is she so pissed at Fleurette?
Madame was not happy Fleurette was late. All through breakfast.
And why was she
Madame
late?
watching
Your
her
fault,
with
Elizabeth.
piercing eye. But she's still learning the way.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has
Kindred,
been
I
invaluable.
actually do recall that book. I believe I read it in grad school or college. It's an interesting novel. Okay, Mademoiselle Elizabeth was reluctant to acknowledge a parcel that caused young Fleurette to be so late. Could there be something behind her avoidance of the subject? If there's a reason, I must establish what it is. Good night and sleep well, Ewan. So fantastic to have you. Always a delight, always a pleasure, and I hope that you sleep well, you, Alfie, and Laura. The note from Luke, gotta be connected to this
Things are
bench
beginning
carving.
to become clear.
The carving acts as a subtle and private reminder for them both. They are courting. This gold band and maybe the formal suits.
Magnifique.
He was thinking of proposing, perhaps? Perhaps their relationship is more serious than I first deduced. Wonder what Madame would say. If they're betrothed, then the suit was for like some sort of wedding,
Some would
perhaps?
say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Oh, Elizabeth does sound like Lise. There are different voice actors, but you can't unhear it. Oh my god, you're so right. They do sound similar. I find this such a plan, cloaked in secrecy, rather romantic, but the secrecy continues to perturb me. As Elizabeth was planning to elope with her beloved Luke, but why would she hide such a joyous occasion? I recall her saying Madame Van de Bosch does not look fondly on staff relationships, but I can't help but think that there is something else. Objective complete. Okay. Is there any other connections I can make? Ooh. Posh British people sound similar, true. Angelique, remove this soot stain. Can we connect this?
Order and method.
No.
That it.
Okay, Elizabeth's morning. Angeline's morning. Okay, wait. Elizabeth's morning says she arrived slightly earlier than Angeline for breakfast, but Angeline said she arrived for breakfast with Elizabeth. Let me just connect these two real quick, because that doesn't make any daggum sense.
Come, my little grey cells.
That is not apparently what we gotta talk about. Okay. Jewelry box open. Soot fallen. Maybe this was connected? There we go.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming
This
together.
is the puzzle. Book club! What are my thoughts on the book? Did I enjoy it? If I'm not mistaken, is Kindred... Wait, hold on. I don't know how far you are into it. So I don't want to spoil part of the book. She must use a cleaning rag to reach into the chimney, keeping her hands slit free. Then we should inspect the chimney. Perhaps what's up there is a bracelet. I know we can talk to Elizabeth right now. Man, it'll be kind of a pain to go back to her and talk to her, so let's talk to her.
Certainly, officer.
You seem rather excited at the mention of Romeo and Juliet.
How could I not be? I may not enjoy his other works, but how can one not be blown away by a story of two so deeply in love
risking
that they will risk
everything to be
everything
together.
just to be together?
Especially being able to draw similarities between Verona's star-crossed lovers to yourself and your dearest.
I remember, so without spoiling anything to me, I remember enjoying it, but being a little confused about how time worked for a little bit in the novel. I was like, what is going on here? What is going on here? But I did enjoy it, and eventually I pieced things together.
But I hadn't told.
It's everywhere,
Mademoiselle,
girl.
I am an officer of the law. It is my duty to uncover the truth.
Oh, another big stretch. Let me know if we drop any more frames, by the way. I noticed that we had dropped some frames earlier, so if that happens again, if you get any buffering, please tell me.
Please, you cannot say anything to Madame. She is against staff relationships of any kind. In her eyes, a relationship between staff is nothing more than a distraction.
Hello, Quantum. How are you? I believe this game was recommended by you, by the way. How are you doing tonight? I missed you coming in. I'm so sorry. I was distracted by Smee talking about Kindred for a moment, which no worries, Smee. I'm glad you're talking about Kindred. What are your thoughts on the book?
But he means so much more to you.
Oh, officer, I have found my soulmate.
It's a cool concept and an interesting setting, yeah. I think so. I think so as well. I by the end of the book, I think I viewed it quite favorably. I enjoyed it. It's great so far. You had a couple audio skip backs a few minutes ago, but it could have been on your end. Okay. You might need to try watching in a different browser. And perhaps clear your cache as well, Snake. I remember Genpo in the past had that issue, and I bookmarked a webpage on my phone that told folks how to fix things there. Ooh, we're up 14-5 on the Yankees. This is great. The browser thing is likely, yeah. Sometimes it can get a little dodgy. Okay, let me see. Twitch keeps repeating stuff. So, there was one that was like advanced options. Oh yes, that's right. As a viewer, it says low latency mode is used by streamers and viewers to communicate in near real time. So you can go to non-low latency mode. Or if you're using Chrome, you can disable the hardware acceleration. If you're having that issue where it skips back. If also you have that issue persistently throughout Twitch. That'll be in the settings for Chrome, advanced system, and then if you see use hardware acceleration when available and disable that, that could help. If you're using a different browser than Chrome, let me know. You're doing okay, your back flared up, so you're waiting for the balm to work its way before going back to doing some Endwalker raids. Why do you think your back is acting up? Is this like back pain or something? Oh, that's cool, Smee. That might help with some of the time stuff that's happening in that novel. The art is pretty great. That's awesome. Love that. I bet the art is really cool. Tomorrow you get to go back to Elden Ring. I hope you truly enjoy. The stream dropped like an hour ago or something, very, very briefly, but you refreshed and it's been fine. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I think that's when we must have dropped some frames. I'm at 267 drop frames, so I'll try to keep an eye on those things. And hello, Morphinius. Good to see you. Life is treating me well. I dropped off some donations today. We donated a bunch of books and toys, stuffed animals, a billion clothes, like 5, 6, 7 bags of clothes. I honestly don't remember. My dad had a bunch of clothes that don't fit him anymore that he wanted to donate. I donated a bunch of clothes. So we donated a bunch of stuff. I was really happy. That's true, Pine, because you do work at the framing shop, don't you? That's what you're thinking too. Okay, you recommend going back to it with that version. Gotcha. Yeah, I think that would make things more clear. I think that would make things more clear, right, Smee? You're finding yourself so hard right now to not grab the Elden Ring DLC. I think I might wait on it myself. I think I'm gonna wait on it so that I can beat a few games before we get back to Elden Ring. You know. You probably have something chronic, but you really can't be honest with it right now. You get back pain flare-ups like every 4 to 6 months. Do you think it could be... I'm sure, actually, you probably don't want any advice or insight into this right now, so I am so sorry you have back pain. As somebody with back pain, I'm really sorry to hear it. I can relate to you. And, hopefully you'll find something that helps.
At first, it was nothing more than pleasantries around the grounds. But that quickly changed.
Oh,
I know it's not proper for a young lady to pursue a gentleman. But once I knew his feelings reciprocated my own...
I hope he's not trying to use her, though, for the monies.
Love transcends professional and societal rules.
Love trans, period. Because, yeah. You're at 666.6k channel points. Ooh.
If we wanted to continue, we would have
how magical and mystical and slightly demonic. I can go ahead. Does this often correlate with you sitting at your desk more often than not, Quantum? Like, you're right now at a period of time where you're sitting more at your desk to do these raids, like longer and longer hours? You're free to ignore it, but my only question is, yeah. Love, trans, life matters. But yeah, I wonder, Quantum, like, have you been kind of marathoning things to get to Dontrell? And then, because I know sometimes prolonged periods of sitting make my back hurt. So.
The summer evenings here are just so beautiful. I often find myself walking around the grounds after my daily duties are complete. And it was one such evening that Luke was waiting for me at the gazebo.
That's good. You don't think so? If anything, you've been sitting less in school finished. That's good to hear. Okay. Because I remember when I had my last back pain flare-ups, it was because I was like sitting on a cushion and my like abs were always activating because the cushion was sliding around the chair. And like, oh my god, I almost had to stop streaming. The back pain was so bad. I couldn't even sit up. It was really, really tough.
He looked ever so handsome. And the poem he had prepared. He had
this is lovely, Elizabeth, but someone's about to lose their job.
Standing there beneath the warm glow of the falling sun, he asked for my hand.
I'm glad for you.
And I gave him my heart with no hesitation.
You might have overdone your exercise walking. Your Achilles tendon was also bad in the last couple days. Gotta be careful about that. You know what? Sometimes back pain starts at the foot level. Because if your foot's out of alignment, then your knees are out of alignment. And then if your knees are out of alignment, your hips are out of alignment. And if your hips are out of alignment, then your back is out of alignment. So you could have hurt your back trying to compensate for your Achilles, you know? I'm trying to Hercule Poirot this back pain, Quantum, being not a doctor and not able to see you. I'm like, I'm connecting the dots in my mind palace. Oh boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I've been chattering on for so long. You have
who knows, Quantum? I hope it goes away soon. I hope that balm helps.
One should never apologize for such a charming and bewitching story of love. But
it is fun to investigate all this little love stuff in the background.
My work is not yet complete.
The love young Mademoiselle Elizabeth and Luke share is obvious, yet she remains respectful of Madame's rulings no matter the ridiculous nature of it. Cannot see her to find the code and stealing the bracelet. The investigation continues.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your assistance has been
the
invaluable.
Madame took the bracelet because she's out of money. Darn it. That's why she huffed and puffed and ran out of the house. Okay. There's a new link for us. Okay, Cassandra watched Florette after she returned. Cassandra previously mistreated Florette. Ooh, theft fits Cassandra's insurance scam. Insurance scam? You think it'll be fine? Just another few days for it to recover. You're better today overall, except for right now. I'm just so sorry. Back pain sucks so much, dude. I hate back pain more than anything. And I really... I remember the days I would have such bad back pain, like... I would have spasms. I couldn't even get out of bed. It was so bad when my scoliosis was really, really bad. So the second I hear about back pain, I'm like, we must solve this. I get my corncob pipe, I get my detective hat, and I'm like, let's do it. She huffed and she puffed and she blew down the house of the 3 little pigs. And then she stepped on their faces. It was terrible. Can it be a coincidence that what is not being sold has recently been insured? Cassandra's mistreated Fleurette. Cassandra watched Fleurette after she returned. Elizabeth denied knowledge of the parcel, which is weird. There's a connection that can be made here. God, I just want to look at those pastries. I just want to eat pastries. But I can't. Let's see here. Can I connect these two? I don't feel like we need to.
Is there something I am not seeing?
Is there something I am not seeing? I feel like we're missing this here, but it says we can make a connection. Gotta be something to do with these pastries, man. Pastries. But that fits Cassandra's insurance scam. So let's see here. Is there anything we can connect that to? Because that's kind of new stuff. Poker was moved. Angeline's the last one to use this. I think we gotta keep doing some investigation. There's still stuff to do there, and there's stuff to do. Oh, inspect the chimney! Yes! Oh my god, that's what we gotta do. Okay. You hope to finish post Endwalker before Dawntrail launches. You don't have to endure the initial login search. Good luck. Good luck with that. That sounds like a monumental task. Wait. Okay. This is the last room we get to go to, right? Oh wait, no, that's a bathroom. I thought that was going to be the madam's room. Okay, you think you can wait a little bit before you start on Dawntrail? Okay. I wonder if Mademoiselle Angeline noticed Madame's abrupt departure. And also, I'm checking out her fireplace right now. I suppose this is one such occasion when I must literally get my hands dirty. And here's a bracelet! The missing bracelet was here this whole time. And carefully concealed inside a rectangular tin. Well, freaking la-dee-da. Angeline, what is going on here? Why did I find the missing bracelet in your room? That's nuts. Why hasn't that been added to this room? Oh, this is the crime scene area, okay. Angeline reached into the chimney. Did she hide her own bracelet? The memento tin. This was the dusty thing that was moved. Something else is missing. I can't connect it to that, for Christ's sake. Okay, let's talk to her then. Yes, Elizabeth had a sooty handkerchief because Elizabeth had an monogrammed handkerchief from Jean-Luc, or I'm sorry, just Luc, and she took the soot off of Miss Angeline's elbow. So Angeline must have reached up inside the thing to hide the thing? She hid it? Was she a part of the scam? It was from Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Can't believe it. Mademoiselle Angeline, what is going on here?
The longer you're here, the further the criminal...
Would you say that your maman is happy with young Fleurette's work? So the ad break starts soon, by the way, folks. Snake, you're not in too much of a hurry. You think you might end up spending some time leveling everything up before you start Dawntrail. Yeah. You have to finish most of your recent Endwalker patch stuff. I'm so torn between having like something bready and pastry-like on the break or finishing off the guacamole that we made. Ooh, can't wait. The guacamole is so good. Okay, sorry. I'm thinking a lot about food and not a lot about murder.
Maman
this is
never
no murder
happy
though. It's
with
just a
anything
bracelet.
these days. Also, Fleurette does have a habit of not doing things exactly how Maman wants them done.
And how does she react when she sees Florette not doing things the correct way?
Maman has the temperament of a kicked cat. Florette has often been on the wrong side of it.
I sound like a Swanee whistle. Wait, like the ooh? Is that what I sound like? They get excited about food? Oh my god.
That is
I
how
just
she
love
responded
food.
today?
I love food. I will not lie. I cannot tell a lie. I love food. I love talking about it. I love thinking about it. I love making it. I love consuming it. Freaking love food so much.
She was shouting at her, and when Florette would not admit she took the bracelet, Maman really lost her temper. I have not seen her that angry before.
Interesting.
You have been of great help to my investigation, mademoiselle.
Listen, I literally have your bracelet on me right now. I found it. You stuffed it in there. So there's 2 links we can make here. Alright, let's look into it. So, Cassandra became aggressive with Florette. She previously did mistreat Florette. Let's see if we can connect those.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
All signs are pointing to Florette being treated rather harshly by Madame. Would Madame escalate such a treatment? She is mistreated. Can we connect that to the accusation?
I must act on
She claims innocence. She's been crying. Oh, well, I mean, is that connected?
This will not get
Okay.
me any closer.
Okay. Florette watched the Madame. Florette couldn't have committed a crime. Florette confirms the collection of the thing. There's still one connection to be made. And what is the deal with the pastries, for Christ's sake? No link to that. There's gotta be something with the theft fitting the insurance scam. Wait, can we connect that to the theft fits the insurance scam? I found every clue, I believe. Let's look over here. The crime scene. What is new here? Prepare for my bad French accent. I'm sorry, everybody, about it. Jewelry box is open. We have the bracelet. Angela's missing bracelet, as I suspected, is inside the tin of keepsakes from her father. I want to connect the something else is missing, but I can't connect it to that. Can I connect it to this?
I cannot see the logic in this.
Oh, I think that's the thing that was missing, honestly. Angeline is sure that it was a burglary. Angeline removed the soot stain with the cleaner? No. There's gotta be the soot stain and the poker, right? Or the poker and the bracelet?
I must take a different
God, it's a different approach. Oh, can I mean, these should be connected, but I mean, they're in the thing, so that's connected. The fallen soot. Can we connect that to the stash? That's already
method.
connected. It's obvious. Okay. Oh, Angeline in the window. Okay, sure. Yeah, she did do the window stuff.
Another success.
The pastries of
never
the... I'm
doubted
gonna
myself.
blow this thing wide open, dude. The pastries did it. I am telling you, the pastries did it. Those croissants are suspicious. Score update sounds 16-5. I can't wait to watch the replay on this. Expecting a position player to pitch the Yankees. Yeah, they're not gonna blow out their bullpen, you know. Dragoon is looking pretty nice for Dawn Trail as well. You may up playing that too. And Quantum, what do you mean living more in peace? Are you sad that there's been like some changes made to some of the classes in Final Fantasy 14? Another success. To stage a burglary and let it go so far is totally unacceptable. I cannot believe I allowed Mademoiselle Angeline to deceive me for so long, hiding the bracelet inside the chimney and staging a burglary, all a part of her calculated and devious plan. I should bring this investigation to an end. Enough of my time has been wasted, but I won't be satisfied until I know why. Monk gang. Do they make any changes to Monk, Naja? Good to see you, by the way. So it's time to speak with the Mademoiselle, but there's also like one more thing here. It's gotta be the pastries. Everyone said they had breakfast, but no one ate it. Pisses me off. And talk to Angeline, I guess. That might be the last phase. Shoot her in the face with your gun. That is nuts. Still a thing left. They're simplifying Dragoon. Okay. Monk is looking good though. It's gotta be. There's a connection we can make. I'm gonna just connect things until it shows me what the obvious thing is. This is driving me nuts.
I must take a different approach if...
Oh, Florette was running an errand for Elizabeth. And then Cassandra watched for everything.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
I've made 25 deductions. There are changes to Monk. You're deliberately not reading up on them. You're gonna learn when the game releases. It's your favorite aesthetic. I remember you saying that you really enjoy playing as Monk, so... As she was constantly busy under the watchful eye of Madame, Florette lacked the opportunity to take the bracelet, so why would the Madame accuse her? Oh. She had no opportunity. I feel like it's gotta be this one over here.
Magnifique.
For this game. Would Madame seize the opportunity and attempt to improve and continue to hide her financial woes? Not another damn thing. Cassandra's been aggressive with her.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Maybe connect the mistreatment. Yeah, okay.
What a revelation.
What a revelation. Her incarceration appears to be the latest in a series of abuses by the Madame, so we can talk to Florette about it. I have no doubts in young Florette's innocence. What I do doubt is the behavior of Madame Van de Bosch. If what I've heard is true, her treatment towards Florette is disgraceful. I'm crushing this game! My gray brain cells are doing so good. They're in pristine condition. Even though I need to eat. My brain is so juicy right now. Wet, wrinkly brain. That's what I got. Time for you to get back to raiding. Good luck, Quantum. And I hope you continue to enjoy the mystery we are unfurling here. My little gray... I know, I have huge brain cells going on up there.
Anything to show you I didn't do it. And Madame, I need this job, monsieur.
Is that the first time Madame Van de Bosch has taken her anger out on you, is it?
She never used to be such a witch. When the Viscount was alive, she was much nicer. He was the head of the house, he gave me orders, and he treated us right. I would have gone long ago, monsieur, but my family can't afford for me to be picky about my employment.
No, you're doing it for your family, I'm so sad.
I was not aware you were supporting your family, and at such a young age.
Papa lost his job at the factory just before he left for good, so Mama had to work even more. I was old enough, so I went to work. When I joined the Van den Bosch house, the Viscount was very kind. I didn't think he would care, but he wanted to help.
I'm using those kidneys up here, Snake. Kidneys.
He gave me some extra in my first pay pack, enough to keep the landlord from kicking Mama out at least. No one had ever been that nice before. I didn't know what to say, but all he wanted me to do was work hard for her. He even let me to go home and visit Mama and my brothers at Christmas with a food parcel from the kitchen.
Isn't
Mama
that nice?
said she had never seen so much food.
I wonder if in a way, the Viscountess is still trying to help the family by like ordering extra food just so Florette can take it home? I don't know.
It's always been hard for her. Even before he left for good, Papa wasn't around much, and even when he was, we both wished he wasn't. My brothers were too young to remember what he was like.
Not a good papa then.
When I walked in Maman's house, everything seemed so much smaller. I must have got too used to the size of this house. I swear, you could fit our house in just this lounge. We didn't have much, but we didn't want for much. It was simple and it was home.
The valuables in the house do not determine the love it shares.
What a pithy thing to say, Poirot.
Someone should tell Madame that. Not that she'd listen anyways.
Well, she doesn't have much valuables in her house anyway. She's selling well.
I will uncover the truth of what happened today, mademoiselle. That, I promise you.
I do enjoy buttoning up some of these things. The Viscount's kind nature shines through again. His treatment of staff is quite a contrast from that of the Madames. From the way this young mademoiselle speaks of her family, I cannot believe she would risk her employment at this house and put them in even worse position. Damn it, I don't know what that little achievement said. Darn it.
Merci. I shall take everything you have told me into consideration.
Okay, now it's time to confront Angeline about why she hid her own bracelets. She is gonna say it was her mom made her do it. Pretty sure she's gonna be like crying and being like, no, mom made me do it because we need the money. Alright, Angeline, open up. But then why can't we go to the bathroom? That's what I'm wondering. Let us go to the bathroom and inspect the bathroom.
The longer you're here...
Eh?
You have been...
Oh, I guess I'm gonna go talk to Elizabeth about it, even though Angeline did it. So we're gonna talk to Elizabeth and ask why she concealed the fact, but I guess Angeline did it? Maybe? It is so wild that there's no run button here. I should be able to, like, just bash through this house and knock over this urn. Alrighty, Miss Elizabeth.
Certainly, officer.
I'm ready to address this house. I believe it's time the truth behind the missing bracelet was revealed.
You have found the culprit. And the bracelet.
You wouldn't believe.
Everything will be revealed in good
Detectives
time.
love to say that.
Would you be so kind as to gather everyone in the lounge?
Of course.
That's true. When he's old Poirot, he walks with a stick, so he's incapable of running. Oh, dang. Do you think we're going to be like old Poirot for the rest of the game?
Mademoiselle Elizabeth, for gathering everyone. Will Madame Van den Bosch be joining us shortly?
She stormed past me not long ago, and I've not seen her return.
You want this, but with Benoit Blanc.
Very well. Under usual circumstances, I would wait. But I think we have spent enough time on this matter, n'est-ce pas? We shall have to proceed without her.
I think a Knives Out Glass Onion game would be awesome. I think that would be great.
This morning started like any other. My usual ordinary patrol. Until I was approached by Mademoiselle Elizabeth
spare
about
us
a
the
suspected
paralogue, you
and a
know.
missing bracelet.
A crime I've been falsely blamed for.
That I shall come to. I began my investigation outside, but it was not long before I realized there were no signs of an intruder. So I turned my focus to those in the house. You.
Does he put on a southern accent? Is that what he does, Naja, in that flick? Yes, that's true. They have started on a third movie, so a video game could happen. I think that would be cute.
Florette, your time here at the house has not always been the easiest for you, shall we say.
I do what Madame tells me.
And to the highest standard, I presume.
Madame's standards are very high.
She does her
I do my
best. You haven't seen the second one yet, but you did enjoy the first one. Maybe you should watch that scene. The drawl he affects of that character is outrageous. That alone must be worth watching it for, huh?
And you would at least expect fair treatment for the work. Not to be spoken to in such a cruel and vicious way.
Monsieur?
I refer to how poorly Madame Van den Bosch treats you. You are at her beck and call, and she does nothing but belittle you.
I hope you're doing well today, Jumbo. But you don't have to tell me that you are, in case you just want to lurk. It's okay.
That is Maman you're talking about. Just wait until...
It is nothing but the truth I speak, mademoiselle.
I love her little choker necklace. It's so cute.
All the while, mademoiselle stands by and does not even notice such cruelty.
Weird,
That
right?
must have angered you.
Florette definitely didn't do it.
Perhaps you thought it was time they deserved some retribution.
Stop trying to put words in her mouth.
Okay. Interesting, the guilt coming through with Angeline.
I am merely giving her a voice, one that has been silenced for so long.
Maybe I do think she deserves it. She's had the world handed to her on a plate, and the likes of me get nothing.
Some intense action going on.
A motive begins to rear its head.
But she did. We know she didn't do it.
You're just trying to get me to admit to something. Well, I've done nothing.
Allow me to finish. I am sure you will want to hear what follows. Let us return to this morning.
There's like no reason to bring up this when we know it was Angeline who put her hand in that chimney. You were tasked with fetching breakfast from the town for the house. As well as fetching breakfast, you took another task on, which delayed you further.
I was only trying to help Lizzie.
Yeah.
You must have known how Madame would have reacted to your late return, especially
guess-
with her prior treatment of you.
That was maybe she did the extra thing just to spite the madame.
She's angry at whatever I do.
But nonetheless, you were willing to help a colleague, a friend, knowing what the repercussions could be.
Yeah, exactly. It's Poirot. I feel like every detective is like, it's all clear to me now. Let me start at the very beginning. I was a baby and I pooped my pants. And then I grew up a little bit, but still kept pooping my pants. And then I grew up more and stopped pooping my pants. It's like, get to the point, you know?
And that show of loyalty to your friend has been the thing that proved your innocence.
Monsieur?
Because she was out late when the bad stuff was happening.
Because of such willingness to help, you were delayed in town, meaning you had no viable way of taking the bracelet from Mademoiselle Angeline's room.
I can't
There
believe
was simply
Poirot
no
is
opportunity.
delaying my dog being fed right now.
I told you. Maybe now Madame will believe me.
She won't because she wants you to get fired. Well, actually go to
It
jail.
is evidence not even she can ignore. Which then leads us to Mademoiselle Elizabeth.
We might have to interrupt his explanation to go feed my dog. I think we should, honestly. I think he's going to take another 10 minutes to get to his point. So I'm getting my snack and I'm going to feed my dog. And that means I'm going to take my break. So let me play some music for y'all. Some little detectiving music, I suppose. I'm gonna get something to eat. I think I might finish up the guacamole. I'll ask my mom if that's okay. I would love to bring you all some pastries. Sadly, I don't have any pastries myself. I have some brioche buns. Would that be okay? Maybe you can have like some fruit alongside it and some fresh whipped cream or something. You gotta supply those on your own though. But yes, time to snack. Time to get the dog and feed her. Time to check in on all my folks. And when I return, we will pin this crime on who it deserves to be pinned on. Now, technically, if they don't do anything about it, has a crime been committed? Because they didn't actually report Florette to the authorities. Yeah, she hasn't been locked up, so it's just like, I guess they can kind of sweep it under the rug, right? Oh, we got every kind of jam. You better believe, Mesh. Yes, several cutscenes are going to be playing in sequence when Poirot talks, you know. They are wasting police time, which I think the police take great offense to. So maybe everyone's just gonna get arrested. I'll see y'all soon. My glasses on. Suffering. I will stand up for 5 minutes. I thought you just wanted me to. I just thought you wanted me to stand up to get my water. I didn't know it was all a part of your nefarious plan. Stand up his glasses. I want to make sure I can see the mystery. Thanks. Let me just say, whatever part of my sight is improved by these glasses is immediately balanced out by the fact that the lights that I have on my face make it difficult to see with the glasses on. You joined right at the break? Well, it's good to see you, Just a Game Hero. You joined at the conclusion of this mystery. Let me tell you all about this. So, we were waved down by that lady in the center, Miss Elizabeth. She told us that there was some, what is it, skullduggery? There was some sort of mystery going on here. Josh Leonhardt, thank you for the raid. How you doing today? There's a mystery afoot in this house. Miss Florence here, who you can see on the right, was blamed for the absence of a bracelet. The young lady at the far left, it's her bracelet that her father left her. Florence was blamed, and it was presumed that she had stolen the bracelet. But things just weren't adding up, honestly. I mean, more will be revealed as Poirot breaks it down, but we believe that the madam of the house, and potentially even the daughter, Angeline, are conspiring to commit insurance fraud. Because they are pretty down on their luck, they don't have a lot of money. And we think that they are trying to say that this bracelet was stolen so they can get money for it, because they don't have a lot of money left. Hey, Mama Bonbon! I'm glad to have you over here. Whether a raid is 1 or 100 strong, I appreciate it nonetheless. So thank you for sharing your stream, your community with me, Leonhardt. You're doing good. Everyone is on Elden Ring in your list. You're glad to see somebody who isn't. That's the second time I heard that today. Is that everybody else is playing Elden Ring. Are they getting ready for it? Because it releases tonight, so they're all like playing it again so they're not rusty? Yes, on Thursdays we play something new. And this game was recommended to me by my community. Quantum Witcher suggested that we play this game. So here I am, sleuthing out some mysteries. I'm so glad that you thought this would be a great place to come. It's been a while. How have you been, Mama Bonbon? You know, it's funny. We have a little bunny rabbit in our front yard that I have named Mama Bonbon. Oh, yes, that's true. Twafo, here's your sip of water, and I do owe you another sip of water, I think. And then another. Wait, is the DLC actually out? It's out for you? You hate it? It's a bad game designed by bad people? Is that so? And thank you, Mash, for reminding me to stretch as well. Oh, maybe a little bit of a back stretch. Maybe a little bit of this way. So, we have a little bunny in our front yard, Mama Bonbon, which I have named Bonbon. Because I feel like it's a nice little gender-neutral name for a bunny rabbit to have. Because we couldn't decide on if it was a boy bunny rabbit or if a girl bunny rabbit, so. And night clown protection? Excellent. You will notice absolutely 0 night clowns in this game, because it is set... Now, this is set in Belgium, isn't it? Technically not France, but they have an abundance of baguettes so that the night clowns just sort of ignore Belgium, honestly. Yeah, thanks to all the incredible baguettes and the boulangeries, these people will be safe. I'm gonna ask about my garden! Oh, we have our woodchuck back. I saw him the other day, Mama Bonbon. Belgium might have mines. True, that's true. Gee, where did Pinecone go? It's so weird. Every time that the night clown protection gets redeemed, Pinecone just disappears. So strange. Must have gone to get the paper or something. But yes, the woodchuck is back in our garden as well. We have 2 raised beds established now, so we can grow some food. But I need to finish mixing some soil and put that in the raised beds so that we can grow some tomatoes. We gotta pop the tomatoes in, sow some seeds, all that jazz. Hello, Helsinki. Good to see you. Are y'all ready for the mystery to be resolved? So, now let's talk about Mademoiselle Elizabeth. Oh, and let me also do one more thing. I'm gonna activate and deactivate this real quick. Okay. That should eliminate any kind of audio delay we've been experiencing. Is there going to be a Night Clown test later? Yeah, I'm taking notes. You gotta collect the lore of the Night Clowns with Wikipedia.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth,
oh, okay.
You have been with the Van den Bosch family for quite some time now, correct?
That is correct.
You have grown close with both ladies of the house and your fellow members of the house staff.
Why are we gonna blow up her spot? I don't think it's good to expose this woman's business because she's gonna get fired too. You have a big owl. A coworker days ago said some random dog was in your backyard. Oh, okay. A couple of days ago, a random dog was in your backyard. Oh no, that's weird. Hopefully that dog found where it's supposed to go. And we have a big owl. We actually have 2 owls that live in our neighborhood. It's so great. Love it. When I hear the owl hooting, I'm like, hell yes. That's right, owl hoot. You're doing it. You're doing it, buddy. You're hooting. Keep it up. Keep up the great work. Just love to hear owl going like, hoo, 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 hoo. My mom always hoots back at it. I don't think she's fooling anybody, but, you know, I can't stop her, so. They could be in cahoots, true.
Of course. And I certainly hope they feel the same.
And yet there's still secrets that are kept from them. Is there certain private matters you're not aware of? I mean, it doesn't matter what I say.
Officer, please.
I don't think we should blow up this girl's spot.
Elizabeth, what is he talking about?
I don't think we need to tell them about this. This is
I am
irrelevant.
referring to the lengths Mademoiselle Elizabeth has gone to remain in your maman's employment.
It is Madame's house. She can enforce whatever rules she chooses.
Yes. Which includes people not being romantically entangled with each other. I can't believe summer only started today, but yes, technically this is the summer... Oh yes, that's right, the summer solstice, right? You found the dog's collar was broken on your rock wall in the backyard. It was like fake chain jewelry. You're not really sure that the owners would be responsible, I see. You like the ITK flower emote, isn't it beautiful? And it also includes the Bi Pride flag colors. So how about that? It's an adorable. That was designed by Tofu, aka Martin, one of our wonderful community members.
Even if they are going against the very nature and cornerstone of man, to love.
I still do not understand.
Perhaps that is best for everyone. It is neither my place nor my want to make this situation any more
Why did you bring it up, Poirot? Why would you bring up the fact that she's in love with somebody and it's against the house rules?
Oh, thank you.
Ridiculous.
Besides, it was not that story that cleared Mademoiselle Elizabeth's name. Rather, Florette's.
Florette's? But she was not here for most of the morning.
That's right, because she was getting a jacket from Elizabeth. That is supposed to be the deed's jacket.
But when she was, more precisely while preparing the table in the lounge...
Yes, isn't that a fun detail? I thought it'd be nice. Otherwise, it's just still a lovely emote of me in the garden with my flowers and stuff, but I thought also it'd be nice to be like, it's also pride colors.
She noted that, against regularity, you arrived alone for breakfast, without Mademoiselle Angeline by your side.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
So Elizabeth came down first, while Mademoiselle Angeline was still in her room.
It means that I found myself with 2 suspects with potential motives.
God, there's like a little... People with long hair, you will know my suffering. There is a piece of hair, a rogue piece of hair that's attached to my clothes, and every time I move, I can feel it shifting against my leg like a little spider. And I cannot find this damn piece of hair. He's just showing off his deductive prowess. Damn the consequences. But these women's lives could be ruined. Yes. So it's 112 degrees outside right now. There's a Game Hero is in Arizona, so that makes a lot of sense. Ooh, the desert. Yeah, those hair spiders, I tell you. It gets me every time. And then you either get like the little one strand of hair on you, or on your laundry when it comes out, you get the chunk of hairs that have become a hair spider. How's it gonna feel special? I don't know. Have a hobby, make some art, you know. Oh, when hair gets stuck inside your glasses. Oh, like when it gets stuck in the frame area. Oh, that would drive me nuts.
But with a lack of opportunity, I was left with only one. Mademoiselle Angeline.
You
What did
can't
you do,
believe I
Angeline?
would hide my own bracelet.
Because your mother asked me to. The only explanation that remains, perhaps Florette would be more satisfied hearing the truth from you. It's time for the truth to be told. Masker is gonna... Florette would be satisfied hearing the truth from you.
I have nothing to say.
You would rather allow a faithful member of your staff to take the blame for your juvenile and adolescent actions? You acted out of fear. It's nothing we have, not all done before. Ooh, I'm surprised you lack of compassion. That's a mean thing to say. You acted out of fear, and I bet it's because our mama told you
How
to.
dare you speak to me like that? You have no idea what you're talking about.
I know that losing a father at such a young age must be horrific and terrifying. Perhaps I don't, but your maman does. She's someone you could confide in.
You can't actually believe I would hide my own jewelry.
100% you did do that.
If you didn't, explain to me how your memento tin with the bracelet inside came to be lodged inside the chimney of your bedroom fireplace.
You have no proof I put it there.
Besides you being the only one in the room alone, even after finding the bracelet, I still did not know why you had done it.
Because your mama told you to, for the insurance fraud.
Until I contemplated why Madame was selling so many heirlooms and art.
You had no right to snoop through our house in the first place.
When it is part of my investigation, I have every right, mademoiselle.
We didn't have
The
a
unpaid
warrant or
bills
anything,
and
but
final
I don't know
notice
if that
from the
existed back
telephone
then.
company.
Maman can do what she wants with her art. That means nothing.
But when there was no more art to sell, what then? You could not risk her taking your father's bracelet and selling it.
Oh, it was truly Angeline that did it? Interesting. So the mama didn't tell her to do so. She just noticed that her mom was selling the portraits. I mean, Angeline hid it there. I just thought they were in cahoots, you know? It's the good old, you don't have any proof that I did it, which is basically just admitting that you did it, you know? All he has is his mustache and his little gray cells. Yeah, I guess so.
So, you staged a burglary pretending it had been taken,
She broke the window
preventing
from
her selling
inside.
it. Then you stood back as the innocent Florette paid the price.
She didn't think about me at all. She was going to take my bracelet and sell it off. It would have just ended up on some old wrinkly wrist.
She's admitting it.
I didn't think Maman would blame her. I didn't think she would do anything.
But she did. And somehow that evidently didn't cross your mind. When Madame returns, you shall have it all to explain.
It was her the whole time, Angeline. Well, I was wrong. I thought for sure it was the madam herself, but...
Maman can't know what I have done. She will be furious.
She's already mad, so... Looks like the ad break is gonna run in 1 minute, by the way, now that we
But
got our
Mademoiselle
conclusion.
Florette will be proved innocent.
Look at all
And
this,
that
like,
is what is
chromatic
important.
aberration. See all this chromatic aberration on this lens? On the left and right side? So weird.
No crime has been committed, so I see no reason why this should continue any longer. It is time you considered the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, girl, this poor woman who is just trying to support her family almost went to jail because of you.
And now, you must face them head on.
And then the madam comes in with a gun and shoots Poirot and you get to play as the madam.
Maman, you're home.
Oh, with another constable, eh?
Of course I am. And I've brought someone that will bring some order to this chaos.
I just love her, though. I honestly think I'm just narcissistic because she looks so much like me. Is it like 1-to-1? Like it's 1-to-1. If I had a blonde wig on, I would be her, honestly. Major Philly Hagen. He may hold the rank of major in the British Army, but I question his authority here at all. In police matters, I am the authority. This is my investigation. I will not have the madam dictating the results any longer. Poirot just shoots everybody in the house. Judge style. You're all criminals. Blam, 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 blam.
Major, I can assure you, I have this situation under control.
From what I have heard, you are far from it.
Oh wait, are we? If I wish to God you could repeat this line. You are far from it. That read was so weird at the end. You are far from it.
The missing bracelet has been found, and the guilty party has been identified.
Can you make sure you read the line like you accidentally stumbled over a rug at the end of it? You're far from it.
I'm well aware that the maidservant was behind it all. And yet I see her standing as free and innocent as you and me.
What is the use of telling more people about this? I don't... Oh, boy.
I am sure Madame Van den Bosch has informed you of her suspicions, but I'm afraid it was merely speculation.
Excuse me?
After conducting a full investigation, The evidence and facts led me to deduce.
Mademoiselle Florette could now have taken it as she was in town most of the morning, including the time the bracelet was taken. Mademoiselle Angeline hid the bracelet. She had reasons. And should we... I think we should go for proving... Wait. Oh no! This is England. You have to think about the order of operations here. We have to prove someone innocent. Because I believe in England, like, you are guilty until proven innocent. Whereas in America, you are innocent until proven guilty. So let's try to prove Mademoiselle Florette innocent. She was out the whole time. She retrieved the things, etc., etc. So it's a bit of class politics and Poirot. That's fun. You when you're hungry and it's dinner time. Oh no, this is England. What am I gonna eat? Oh, this is Belgium? But why is an English consul? I don't know much about how this is structured, but like, why would there be an English constable here? Half the people have like French accents and the other half the people have English accents, so I really don't know where we are truly. I thought we were in Belgium, but this guy's English? He's an English major? I'm an English major? It's the same innocent until proven guilty here. Oh, really? Huh, I thought... Man, I must have learned wrong sometime. I'm gonna prove her innocent. Because I don't want to peg this on Angeline currently. I think Angeline is gonna come through.
I certainly hope you are not accusing my daughter of...
I'm sorry, Maman. He's right. Florette is innocent. I just wanted to show you.
He's a military guy rather than a police officer. Oh, did the English... Yeah, you're right. Did the English have, like, an army set up in Belgium?
Shh, girl. I will not have you guilted into taking the blame for that sticky-fingered girl.
I just love her outfit. This, like, pink wrap. There's, like, some sort of red thing under it. Love it. His name is Major, of course. Major. Madame Van de Bosch refuses to acknowledge even a fraction of what has taken place. I shall not let this continue farther. Madame Van de Bosch, perhaps it would benefit you to hear Madame Angeline's side of the story. Any guilt your daughter feels should only be from her actions today. You gotta hear Angeline's side.
Perhaps it would benefit you to remember you are nothing more than a simple officer of the law.
And you are somehow less than that, ma'am. I'm sorry. You have no idea why this guy turned out. I think she flagged this guy down, but where did she find this English officer?
Officer Poirot. A word.
She was like, this guy's got a lot of badges. Let's get him in here.
Madame Van den Bosch was forced to make her way to inform me, alone, I might add, of the goings-on at the house today.
Major, with all due respect, she was impeding the investigation.
Are we not going to get this case cracked because of bureaucracy or something?
This may be how some officers act in the city, but here we show respect to our citizens. You are an officer of the law and should act as such.
Why is my first thought that we should throw a glass of something in his face and run away? I just... Ah, yes, sir. Run. You know?
Insubordination
oh my god, his
like
teeth!
this will not be tolerated.
That is some teeth on him. Okay.
As the ranking officer, I have conducted my investigation and...
Ranking officer? Ha! You are an auxiliary officer. You have little authority over
Angeline
anyone,
needs to
let
admit to
alone
this
a
crime
major.
so that we can stop
You would be
this
wise to
madness.
remember who is close friends with your commanding officer. After what I have heard of your past in the city, I'm sure he would look upon today's events as another failure at the hands of Officer Poirot.
Wow. As I'm sure this has become, I must select my battles more tactfully. Can only hope the captain of the station will see things with some sense.
Oui, Major.
Now I suggest you do your duty and escort the maidservant to the station where she can be formally charged and a sufficient punishment handed out.
Right away.
Girl, we could stop this right now if this woman just said, I did do this and I don't want my loyal maid to be thrown into jail. Rich people, though.
I'm sorry, mademoiselle. This is not the outcome I expected.
Damn. She's like a kid too, this poor gal. She's like still pretty young, I bet.
Maman was right. We'll always pay the price for the upper class's actions.
So sorry, Poirot. I'll break you out of jail though.
We will do everything we can to clear your name.
What can you do now? Madame said I'm guilty of a crime and I'll be punished. That's that.
A crime that was never committed. Once the truth is explained, this wrong shall be set right.
Can we confiscate? Did we confiscate the bracelet? Did we just have the bracelet? Like, what are we gonna do with the evidence?
Angeline did not intend for you to be arrested. Surely you know her better than that.
She cared enough about a maid.
I should have known better than to expect anything else. Justice and fairness don't reach the likes of me.
This young lady has already faced so much mistreatment at the hands of Madame Van de Bosch. I shall not allow her punishment to continue.
What you saw today was not justice. In the eyes of the law, you are innocent and have been harshly treated and wrongly accused. No one will be going to jail.
How are you going to ensure that, Poirot?
But that doesn't help my employment, does it?
That I cannot save. But your freedom, I shall make sure of that.
They could seriously just put this behind them and keep working in the house, same as usual, you know? I feel like an imposter dressed in police clothing. I was brought here today as a representative of the law, and any shred of authority I had was dashed at the hands of the major. I refuse to allow justice to waver, for it to become nothing more than a hand for those that wish to play it, as and when they choose. It's not the first time I have seen the law bent to fit one's purpose, but it will certainly be the last time I fail to stop it. Ugh. Still has to escort her? That sucks. I would just be like, oh no, I hurt my leg, and I can't possibly detain this maidservant. I guess she's getting away now.
Detective
And going
Poirot,
someplace safe.
I
Oops.
trust this finds you
And then
well.
just look at Florette and be like,
It
run!
has been many years since our paths last crossed, and while I'm sure your recollection of the events may differ from mine, I hope that receiving this letter has not rekindled a sense of animosity toward myself.
Somebody's definitely
or
dying in this
Van
house.
der Bosch name.
I bet her
The
mom
impression
dies.
you made is something that has stayed with me since that day. It compelled me to reconsider the spoilt young lady I would have inevitably become, and helped shape me into the woman I wished to be.
Hello, Arnold Lane, what's
You
going
made
on?
me see the childish and selfish girl in me that did not consider the consequences of her actions
Look at all that stuff
or
packed
how
up.
they may affect others. Although Maman may see the events of that day differently, I believe the compassion you showed for our mate Florette, as well as the drive to uncover the truth and accept no alternative, was a testament to your character and professionalism.
You could have had a confession and saved Florette.
Although I wish it were under different circumstances, your assistance is once again required.
Oh,
and
she's getting
I
married.
hope you will consider this as my formal request for your service.
That guy is handsome,
This
though.
forthcoming weekend was due to be one full of joy and happiness at the announcement of my engagement to Gideon Demire, whom I love dearly, bringing together two illustrious families, but it has been shadowed by deceit, extortion, and blackmail. The Van der Bosch name is being held to ransom by a mysterious party, and I am afraid I do not know who I can and cannot trust. We are holding a small gathering
I
to
hope
celebrate
Loretta's
our
here.
exciting news with what Maman calls the dignified elite, those that are well respected and held in high regard in both our close inner circle and society. Our private matters have always remained just that, so I fear one of those invited may be the person who is out to ruin our name, but for reasons I cannot fathom.
Yeah, what good is your name?
I have enclosed a first-class rail ticket for you to join us for the announcement, and having contacted your superiors and the correct authorities to request your assistance, which they were more than happy to grant me, I shall expect your arrival with great anticipation. There shall be a carriage waiting for you at the station to bring you directly to Mnemosyne House.
You're a criminal. Why should I
I
help
thank
you?
you in advance in our time of crisis. Yours respectfully, Angeline Van der Bosch.
You framed a woman. I don't want to help you. Why should I help you? Probably because I love mystery, I guess. She's got money. Does she? Tell me right now that she does definitely have money. Did she sell her bracelet? Oh, we're old now. All right. All right, I'm sitting down too. That's enough of standing up for me. Wait, are we old or we just lose our hat? We have a wrinkle on our brow now. Okay. Dear Angelina, suck it. Yeah. Dear Angelina, I decided to investigate who ate my last Pop-Tart instead because I thought that'd be more interesting. Maybe the guy she married had money? I finally arrived. My priority is to get out of this bitter cold before I freeze completely. New mind map unlocked. I must not get distracted by the celebrations. It's brought here to uncover the identity of Mademoiselle Angeline's blackmailer, and that is exactly what I shall do. It would be hilarious if it's Fleurette. I hope Fleurette has become like... I mean, she can't get hired as a maid anymore. She was forced into jail for a crime she did not commit. I hope she becomes like a mastermind, honestly. A criminal mastermind. If that's what they want her to be, then I hope that she becomes a criminal mastermind and she is orchestrating the demise of every Vanderbosch. And Elizabeth, who did not stand up for her. She sold herself out for Elizabeth, getting that parcel in the rain. She was late, and the madam was so pissed off at her because of Elizabeth wanted to marry her beau. Like, Fleurette needs revenge. She is a Moriarty to Poirot now. Dude, I would also be in cahoots with Poirot, though. I'd be like, you know what? You're the one good one, but you also didn't stand up enough for me, so... I'm gonna ruin all these Vanderbosches. She falls into a toxic vat of chemicals and becomes a joker, yeah. Okay, case of blackmail. The Vandenbosch family are being blackmailed. Could it be about the insurance fraud, maybe? How did that crime occur? What crime is the blackmail a crime? I thought this was gonna be like murder instead. Cut across in the snow. I'm leaving the weirdest path. I wonder if I'll be able to like die from the cold. This is rugged snow, dude. They should do a girl Joker sometimes. Yeah. I'm sure Batgirl has her own girl Joker. I just want to see if Hercule Poirot has a death animation. He goes, oh, too much snow. Oh, I'm dead. Bum, 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 ba, bum. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, wait, can I get in the... I can't get in there. Poirot? Poirot? Poirot! They're gonna see... This is some, like, Mr. Bean level of tromping around in the snow and leaving a silly path behind. I feel like this is, like... Oh my god, no. What is this? I want to thank you for your loyalty. As a... I don't know if I'm still live right now. Windows is thanking me for my loyalty as a Windows 10 customer. As end support for Windows 10 approaches, we're here to support you on your PC journey. Your PC is not eligible to upgrade to 11. Okay, please don't restart my computer right now. Remind me later. Hi again, everybody. Imagine if that happened on my streaming thing. It's just like, stop playing Hercule Poirot. You don't get Windows 11. Okay. Ending H, you walk away from the investigation, you froze to death. So Yoko Taro. So Yoko Taro, yeah. Yeah, thank you for being loyal to Windows 10. You know, I would defend Windows 10 with my life. With my life. I'm always going to bat for Windows 10. I'm always sticking up for Windows 10. I got your back, Windows 10. Got your back, and I'm glad that you recognize that I'm loyal, Microsoft. A moment longer this weather, my fingers would have become too cold to even knock at the door. It's sad that my beepus has fallen off because of the snow shenanigans.
Bonjour, my name is Hercule Poirot. I am here at the invitation of Mademoiselle Angeline.
I wish he was like a little rounder if he's gonna be like, is he an older man or are we just not wearing our hat? Why are you not wearing a hat in the snow? We don't have a hat to wear in the snow? Okay, Batman Hour is gone, so you've seen that Batman facts are free. Yes, indeed. You can go with a free Batman fact right now if you'd like. The operating system wars. I pledge allegiance to Windows 10. The female version of the Joker appeared as part of DC's Tangent Comics line in their own one-shots. Tangent Comics, The Joker #1 in 1997, and Tangent Comics, The Joker's Wild #1 in 1998. The Joker bore little resemblance to the traditional interpretation of the character, and instead was modeled on Dula Dent. Oh, which must be like Harvey Dent or something like that. She was kind of cool, I guess. This is her. Yeah. You know what I would like? If they're gonna do it, I just wish she was like... I wish she was a female comedian that was like aging out of the spotlight, who hasn't had her like Michelle Yeoh resurgence to fame, but like becomes bitter that she has all the talent but isn't getting the gigs just because she's getting older, and then becomes the Joker. She just looks like a normal lady, and everyone's like, you kind of look like that hilarious comedian. And then she's like, you know what you look like? Somebody who just got blown up with a bomb. And they're like, what? And then they blow up, you know. There was also a female Joker when DC did Flashpoint, which changed realities. The Joker was Bruce Wayne's mother. Oh, that's nuts. Isn't this basically the plot of the Joker movie? I wouldn't know because I didn't watch it. But I'm talking about misogyny, Mash. I don't know what that guy was going through. I'm sure he wasn't losing gigs because he wasn't handsome. There must have been some other reason. I am talking about misogyny being the reason. Why was he not getting gigs or something? You know? He did middle-aged man things? Okay, I'm talking about like an older woman losing the spotlight because she's no longer valued because she is not like the pretty young thing anymore, you know? And all she gets is like, you could be the mother of the bride in this comedy thing, and she's like, I don't want that role. I'm good enough to be the star, you know. Haven't seen it either. Dang, we're just two people who've never seen the... I think we're the last people on Earth who haven't seen the Joker movie. You loved it. You hope it doesn't speak ill of you. You like bleak, sad things? That's great. Or aren't they doing a sequel and it's going to be a musical? It's going to be sick. Hopefully it'll also be bleak and sad. Just for you, Twafo. He's guilty. You're right. This man definitely did it, Nove. And thanks, Just a Game Hero. Let me have some Wawa. I think Lady Gaga's going to be in that.
Ah, Detective Poirot.
I don't think Archibald
We
did
have
it.
been expecting you. Please.
She's Harley
come in
Quinn. I
for
think
this
it's going to be
fateful
great.
cold.
Merci. I don't think I would have lasted much longer out here before turning into an icicle.
Welcome. I am Archibald Sterling.
Such a
the head
butler name.
Please accept my
The most
apologies.
butler name.
I have a rather pressing matter, but I will see that you are attended to immediately.
You rate Gaga as an actress. She's good. Is that so? Did you see the House of Gucci thing? I think she was in that. She is Harley. Good to know, Pine. To further clarify, in the Flashpoint universe, Bruce Wayne was killed in the alleyway instead of his parents. His father, Thomas, devoted his life to fighting crime as Batman, and his mother, Martha, went insane and became the Joker. Whoa, that's nuts. That's wild. What an interesting turn. She was excellent in that. How about that? You do want to watch the Joker at some point now that it's less in the zeitgeist. And the worst people in the world are no longer obsessed with it. Is that so? Well, that's good.
Do not trouble yourself on my behalf.
I hear
I'm
the stairs
sure
are
I'm
like
more than capable of finding
the
my
thing
room.
to see.
I shall straighten myself up and be ready to join the party.
Ah, there is no rush, Detective. Dinner will not be served for some time.
Rich.
So please, make yourself comfortable.
I gotta see what's going on with
Once you have
Poirot.
settled in, I am sure that Miss Angeline will be happy to see you. She has been eager for your arrival. She's not been herself recently.
I think we're gonna go see Miss Angeline and she's just gonna be a dead body or something. We're doing a heckin' mystery right now. You better freaking believe it, Blackbeard. We're cracking this case wide open. We cracked the previous case wide open. We found out that this bracelet that this woman claimed was stolen wasn't stolen. She had hidden it in her own fireplace, putting the blame on her maid. But her mom was like, my daughter would never do such a thing. put this low-class scum in jail. And because she's rich, she got her way.
You will be staying on the first floor. I
my god, that
believe
name is
your
so familiar,
room
it's
is
driving me
one of the
nuts.
two on the west side of the house.
That's driving me nuts, and you have to tell me where Miss Havisham is from, because I literally can't place it right now, and it's driving me nuts. Great expectations! Ugh. Okay.
Merci. I am sure we shall speak again soon.
I think I read that in, like, 12th grade. That was so long ago. But the name sticks out, you know? I'm falling into my own mind map. It's time to make myself comfortable. I should begin with finding my room and straightening myself up before the party begins. Am I going to look like this? Archibald is stressed. Archibald came across this man with much to do for tonight. Why is he so stressed? The staff is very busy. He's stressed because of I can make a connection right now. He's stressed because they're busy. I think I can make a 1-to-1 right there. Hey, what do we think of this look from my guy here? He has a very interesting sense of style. Now, I can't really fault him on this because, I mean, the tailoring is right. The shoes are so big. He's got a lot of toe room in there. Hot take, hands are stupid, hate drawing them. They are difficult. Yeah, it's red shoes and red socks, which is so bold, it has to be a personal choice. Red shoes, red socks, red tie. He has a pink, a magenta, not red, pocket square too. It's not shown here. Oh, it is shown here. Like, there's a lot of choices that are made with this outfit. Oh, we can get the zoom in. All right. It's a very... It feels like these are all his best clothes that he has that he put together. That maybe don't go together, but like... They're clean. And they don't have holes in them. So I think they're good. But it also is like a sense of personal style. The man loves red. He's going to accessorize to hell and back with it. So good for him. Who the hell are you?
Bonjour. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Detective Hercule Poirot.
Detective? I hope you're not here for me.
Okay. Interesting thing to say.
Not that I am aware of. Should I be?
Mm-hmm. He's not bald enough quite yet, so he's probably still young. Yeah, maybe we're in our, like... I think this is, like, late 20s, early 30s. You know? Those are clown shoes, though. He might actually have some clown DNA. Poirot might have some clown DNA.
Ha! Not often you
This
meet
guy
a
looks like he hasn't
detective
slept.
with a sense of humor. I'm Zakaria Demir, but you can call me Zach.
Zacharia. Judging by the smell of alcohol, I would say he's begun the celebrations already and is likely to be this friendly with everyone. Have you had the chance to congratulate the happy couple yet?
If I had seen them, maybe I would have. It is meant to be their celebration, but they're always off, dealing with something or other.
This guy, look at his outfit. I love the pink coat. That's a fun choice. I think he's also wearing gray loafers, so it's a very, like, aesthetically pleasing but not very standout outfit, you know. Not a lot of, like, super bold. Like, I think he thought maybe this, like, lilac coat was a bold choice, but it's not when you're standing next to Poirot, who has red shoes and red socks on.
Something or other? A rather vague expression.
The scarf is a nice touch, but I feel like he has undone it on purpose, you know?
Let's just say they like to keep their
It's a nice little
cards
cream
close
element,
to
though.
their chest. For such a well-known family, I'm surprised they can keep anything hidden.
Would you care to elaborate on what Mademoiselle may be hiding?
The fact that she put a woman in jail for a crime she didn't commit?
I'd rather not. You're the detective, isn't that your job?
Despite being cagey, this guy is still hot, unfortunately.
Très bien,
Damn.
Monsieur Demir.
Très bien. Perhaps I should keep my occupation and reason for being here to myself for now. I fear it may derail my initial introductions. I understand the staff is busy, but I was hoping I could find someone to assist me.
You'll be lucky. I've been waiting for a
There's
refill
probably a
for
silk
ages.
scarf to you, Mash.
I came out here to find someone myself.
Ah, I see. The preparations for this evening's dinner must have taken precedence.
I've seen that butler running around like a madman, but there is still no party to speak of.
So
Pretty clear they need to hire a few more hands.
he is here for a refill for a party that hasn't started yet. He reminds you of an old friend of yours. In what way, Mash?
I shall take up no more of your time. À bientôt.
Alright. Let's see what we can see here. Oh, we got a guest book. Tonight's arrivals have written a small signed message. Male guests are based in the East Wing. Okay, so that's maybe where I'm going. Your friend could almost never keep his shirt on the dance floor. That's such a great vibe. I love that. Attack of the Vase. Madame Vanderbosch has always been one for appearances. Why would the family want to keep a price tag on the vase? Interesting. It's a price tag on it? Well, if somebody knocks it over, then you know exactly how much money they owe you. Well, I didn't click on that. This area does not pertain to my current investigations. How about this, though? I want to look at the painting. There we go. The pose, the not being able to wear a shirt, the smirky face. Okay, gotcha. That kind of like, I'm looking at you, but I'm not facing you kind of thing. Portrait of a distinguished-looking gentleman. He doesn't appear to be related to the family. Very distinguished, though. Whose house is this? It's not the Vanderbosch's. Doesn't pertain to my current investigations. Okay, love these ferns, though. God, I love a good long fern. It's gorgeous. By the way, thank you folks for the follows tonight. I don't call them out or anything because I don't want anybody to feel nervous, but I do appreciate it. I do see it and appreciate it. Oh, piano, we tickle the ivories for the first time in my life. The chance to play is very tempting, but I shall save myself the embarrassment. Who's gonna hear? Just Zachariah? A glass case. It looks quite valuable and delicate. I shall resist the temptation to inspect any further. I pick it up and I drop it immediately. A roaring fire. I could stand and gaze into the flames for hours. Please do, Poirot. That would be hilarious. We have a cool rug here. I do hope somebody, like, murders somebody today in this game. Not in real life. Interesting looking piece of stationery appears rather delicate. So much delicate stuff around here. Looks like also the ad break might be starting in about a minute, folks. So make sure you watch your volume. If you're not subscribed or you don't have Twitch Turbo, you might be seeing about a minute and a half ads. Imagine this is used by Archibald. I very much doubt. Maman would use it. Choose a room, s'il vous plaît. I presume this leads to the dining room. I'm sure there will be a grand reveal when all are present. Okay. I want to see blood! Yes! Angelina Vanderbosch, although she may be only be young, it's obvious she has a mind of her own and is not afraid to speak it. Her life of wealth and worry for nothing has given her a sense of entitlements that I hope will not impede my investigation. She has a rocky relationship with Cassandra, who is her mom. Archibald takes pride in his work, his appearance in the house. He considers himself the father figure to the other young staff, and I believe he would do anything for them. Cassandra. She's widowed and desperate for money. The lady of the house is abrupt and snobbish. She's hesitant to help me in my investigation, already placing the blame on the young maidservant Florette. Oh, you think Florette did this? Maybe because you put her in jail. Elizabeth Paget. Do we miss anybody else? Okay, Elizabeth Paget. Mademoiselle is a young, well-mannered girl who obviously cares a great deal about her friend, a fellow member of the staff. Florette, she's happy and optimistic. At least she can be a great help to my investigation. They still plan to elope. Florette Duval. I can't imagine she's actually going to be a part of this unless she's the one truly behind the scenes. And Zachariah Demir. He's friendly and full of life. I like his outfit. I imagine he would feel comfortable as the center of attention with all eyes in the room on him. It's obvious that he enjoys a drink or two, but what harm is there in a celebration such as this? Let's go to my mind palace, the blackmail. The family holds a few secrets. Very few staff are working. The welcome book. Locked dining room door. I'm eager to dine sooner rather than later. It has been a long day of traveling. Why would this room be locked? The welcome book. The staff are busy. Can I connect this?
Come,
I can't believe this. Alright. Archie's doing too much. Archie is stressed. That feels like it connects.
Is there
Shocked that doesn't connect. I cannot believe this. All right, let me get a few more clues before I click on these. I have already done this. Oops. If anybody is gay in this game, it's gonna be us. You think it? Wait, do you think it's Poirot? You think he's gonna be gay? The big Poirot is gay reveal. I'm looking forward to it. I hear the bottles clanging and moving furniture. I assume this is a salon. The door is locked. Ah, freaking frick. Or do you think Zachariah? Oh, the guy that we looked at, Zachariah. I think he might be gay. Hey, it's possible anybody could be gay. Let's go upstairs, shall we? Investigating everything. Ooh, some papers. An auctioneer's receipt. I hope Madame Van de Bosch isn't finding it necessary to sell her belongings. Fortin Garçon. Master auctioneer and valuer. Receipt for the sale of oil painting, gold flake frame, chipped. One marble bust. Purchase total $650. The handling fee minus 50 francs, I assume. Payable total $600. Payable to Cassandra Van de Bosch. It is indeed her receipt. She is still very poor. Okay, where did that get put, I wonder? Oh, I guess not here? I'm not sure. That is going to be placed somewhere. Is that what Kurt Cobain said once? He said everyone is gay? I had no idea. Painting of a valley with a series of beautiful cliffs. This scenery is truly breathtaking. This has nothing to do with my current investigation. I can hear music from inside. This room must already have a resident. Perhaps others have arrived before me. A very Jesus-y painting. A beautifully composed painting of 7 saints. Madame has quite the eye for striking artwork. The person in the center is also indicated here. So we're gonna have to figure out who's in what room depending on this painting, I'm pretty sure. Is Maman still alive? Fingers crossed. Is this my room? Okay. And Jimi Hendrix did perhaps, as a Mondegreen, say, excuse me while I kiss this guy. Yeah, sure. Perfume bottles. Selection of perfume. Compliments of the family. Seems rather fitting for a female occupant. Did they leave me some cologne as well? Well, the dudes are the East Wing. Why is my room here? I'm a dude. It's a lyric in all apologies, but Cobain was a feminist and pro-gay. How about that? Pretty cool. A roaring fire, I could stand and gaze into the flames for hours. Okay. Check out these absolutely appropriately sized fruits except for the grapes. Those are huge grapes. Excuse me, zoom in on the grapes. This is a gigantic grapes. Bigger than my eyeball. And already somebody like cut a peach in half and just left it there? That's gross. Those huge ass grapes, dude. Those grapes are like the size of plums, minimum. No, 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 that can't be plums. It's arranged and it's spilling over. Those are not plums. Those are grapes. I'm guaranteeing you those are grapes. They're like, they are segmented in such a way. It's grapes. Kurt Cobain said, I am not gay, although I wish I was, just to piss off homophobes. That's hilarious. It's a good thing to say. It's definitely not a plum bunch. That doesn't exist. There's no plum bunches.
Aha.
The fallen snow has laid a beautiful white over the countryside that surrounds the house. Okay. Gotta see it from the other side. Hello? A changing screen. Understandable to hide a woman's modesty while changing. Why am I in this room where nothing has happened yet? Presume somebody will be here later. Seems like a good dude. Yes, me. How about that? Alright, that is just a room. The distance you must keep to click on things is strange to me. Painting of the sun rising over town sadly appears to have some water damage. It is water damage. Very strange. Can I go here? This door does not seem fitting of a bedroom. Something far grander resides behind it. This is going to be a huge place to do clues and stuff. What are we all thinking of this game, by the way? Are we thinking of revisiting this in the future? Are you intrigued by Hercule Poirot's activities? Little Tiffany lamp. and a mounted bear head. I'm not sure how I would fare coming face to face with such beasts. Oh, do you think you could take on a bear with your bare hands? Is that what you really think? You want to see him when he's fully old? It's pretty chill and funny, yeah. Time and skill it takes to build such a wonderful piece. It is an art form, okay. You'd be down to seeing me continue, okay. I am invested as well, but I'm like kind of still on the fence. I am enjoying it. I'm not like dreading the time I'm spending, you know. There have been some games where I've played for New Year New Game every Thursday where I'm like, this is fun, but it's not my kind of game. This is still my kind of game, but I'm also like, if people didn't want to watch it, I wouldn't be like, no. I don't need to venture past this part of the house, okay. You'll watch anything and everything, true. Which I do still appreciate, Waffle. Didn't I say my room was around here? Wait, why is it so bright outside? It's late at night. What? Are we having a solar event or something? Well, maybe it's just like because it's summer. I heard the birds chirping, which is weird to me. You mostly enjoy Tina doing stuff. What that stuff is less important. I enjoy doing stuff too. Plants lean and rely on each other to survive. Something we as a species could take a lesson from. So goofy, Poirot. I guess we can go further up so the... Oh, I can't go further up. Can't see Madame allowing me to stay on the top floor. I'm not sure I would want to either. Did I miss my room? I have been in a room. Poirot, I'm gonna need you to hoof it, buddy. Can we hoof it? Is hoofing a capability of my man? He should have at least had a run button when he was younger. That would have been great. Maybe we can make some connections, I guess. Oh, I need to locate my room still. There's 3 links I can make. I need to talk to Angelina about this exquisite painting. Perfume bottles. Stealing me any cologne? Changing screen, etc., etc. Okay. They said the men were in the East Wing, so let me go back downstairs. I assume he's wearing weighted clown shoes. You know, you're right about that. I thought perhaps this would be my room. It says it's a room. Doesn't pertain to my current investigations. The men are in the East Wing, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't pertain to my investigation. Where do you sleep, Poirot? Do we get more intel on these folks? Oh, I have to view their profile? Ah, hell, I'm not looking at all this. It's too much. It's way too much, dude. I'm not looking at all that. Those 2 rooms are not my room. Are the men in the West Wing? You should come back in from the other room to say that that would be a cool game thing. When you start off young, you can like sprint and stuff, but as you age, your abilities change, right? There should be like a secret dad strength button when you hit like middle age where you're just like, I'm just sturdy. I may not be fast, but I'm sturdy. You know? Does the male guests are based in the East Wing? What the frick? Where's my room? East Wing should be on that side. I'm so confused. I think I've investigated everything up here. Sophia? What is Sophia's snake? Dads are very sturdy, yes. Dad's got dad strength. I should be based in the rooms over here. Maybe I did not investigate. Oh, maybe this is mine? Wait, this is Southeast Quarter. I don't have the need to venture this part. Northeast Quarter. Am I foolish? Am I foolish? I might just be straight up foolish. Maybe there's something I have not fully investigated. Oh, Shifu does that. I see. Whereas you get older, like your abilities change. Fascinating. Turn on the music. Get a phone call. Investigate the window. Fallen snow, yeah. Investigate the hell of this window. Can I press X to go to sleep here? This is not on the eastern side of things, though. That is curious. Every time you die, you get older. Fascinating. This one is locked.
Aha.
Music is coming. The madam won't let me up. I am very confused. Maybe I'll talk to Zachariah. Maybe he's got an idea about where to go. God only knows. God only knows where we're going now. Let me see if I can make some connections. We got 3 connections we can make, so. How about can I make connections between locked doors and stuff? Where's for the West Wing? Oh, the West Wing is where the room is, but it says the welcome book says only the boys are based in the East Wing.
I must act on thought.
Frick. Okay, changing screen perfume bottle. Okay.
Some would say a lucky guess.
It appears as though I am staying in a very feminine room. Perhaps there's been some confusion? Yes, because... the men are supposed to stay in that one. Where is the thing about the men? Welcome book.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
I know there's something wrong here. Dadgummit. Only Poirot would have to deduce how to get into bed, right? Did you ever watch that West Wing show? You like it, to be fair? Interesting. Let's see here. Very few staff are working. Let's try to connect it to Archibald is doing too much.
Is there something?
There's something I am missing. Okay, the few staff are working pulsed. Good.
Some would say a lucky guess.
A butler would usually escort me to my room, but on this occasion I must find my own way. Archibald is stressed due to lack of staff.
I must act
I'm gonna
on
brute
thought
force my
and
freaking
fact.
way here. I just know it. I'm okay to do it. Archibald is doing too much.
Come,
No,
my
that ain't
little
it.
Graycells. We
As long as they don't start, like, hurting Poirot for me making dumb decisions. That's fine. How about Archibald and the welcome book?
order and method. That
I will brute force. So, the female guest, the locked dining room, Archibald is stressed. These things have something to do with each other. Can we connect the locked room?
magnifique.
The rooms being locked is connected. They're both locked. These must be the rooms for tonight's events. They must be locked for a good reason. Okay. The rooms for tonight's events are locked because the staff is busy.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
You heard that West Wing is still relevant today. Yes, a health bar should show up. In Phoenix, right, there is a health bar. It's very funny. But it's like pretty much your reputation in the courtroom. If you keep pushing things, like you were gonna get thrown out, you know. You bought all 7 seasons on DVD and you watched much of it with your aunt. It was fun, emotional, and informative. How about that? Is this like Clue? It is indeed like Clue. But someone hasn't died yet. Yes, yes, that would be great. Poirot loses sanity until he becomes a Dagon worshipping cultist. I would love it. I doubt that Madame's standards have dropped. The staff must be working hard to finalize preparations. So, staff are too busy to assist. Archie is stressed because
I cannot see the logic in this.
Alright. I think this is the confusion.
Things are
There
beginning to
it
become
is.
clearer.
They prepared the room for me thinking I was a girl, and I'm gonna be so offended that they put perfume out for me. Archibald was clearly flustered with his task. It disappeared. He sent me to the wrong room. So we need to inspect the bedroom further to advance the investigation. Sure. Yep. Good. I can maybe talk to Zachariah, perhaps? He doesn't have anything new, I don't think, though. Alrighty, back to my room. Beautiful. That's fine by me. We'll put on a little perfume. Bedtime. Let's go to sleep. And a murder will happen. A card is hidden under the pillow. It indicates Hugo would like Miss Conrad to speak with him ASAP. Because Monsieur Sterling has given me the wrong room. This one has been made up for a Jacqueline Conrad. No matter, I shall find ma chambre myself. Interesting. So that was not successful to us earlier. How about this cupboard? Doesn't seem to be anything of interest in here yet, but there will be. Okay. What about this chest? Luggage? There's no tag, but it must belong to one of the guests. Miss Conrad, I'm pretty sure, dude. Not Hugo Strange. He wants to start Protocol 10, which we gotta get back to someday. We're being nosy anyway? I guess so. Nosying about. No connections can be made. Miss Conrad's room. Inspect the ground floor hall. Okay, I'm gonna go find my bedroom. You like the logical connections? It reminds you of mind maps or the yarn and pushpin investigative boards. It's exactly what it is supposed to mimic, those two things. Hello, PHP. Good to see you. Hope you're well today. And if you ever wanted to pop in PHP, you can tell me, what do you think of this guy's hosiery? I think he's got some red stockings on under those shoes. Whoa, it's Gideon. Who is this guy?
You must be Detective Poirot.
Oh, this is the husband-to-be.
Allow me to introduce myself. Gideon Demir.
So he must be brother to Zachamir Demir.
The fiancé to Mademoiselle
Zachariah
Angeline.
Demir.
The pleasure is all mine.
He is handsome as hell.
Angeline spoke so highly of you. It sounds as though you are the man that can sort this terrible mess out.
She spoke highly of me. She must have a lot of guilt.
I am, monsieur. You have my word.
The guests that are attending your announcement.
Mostly friends of the family. A couple of business associates of mine. Quite a mix from all walks of life.
You don't hate fancy stair rugs, right? They dampen sound. They don't scuff. You know, it's quite nice. You do have to replace the rug, but is it easier to replace the rug more than the wooden boards back then? Probably, you know. It absorbs sounds. You can have a nice cozy interior. The dust, though, pre-vacuums must be terrible, you know. Vacuuming, that would be a pain if vacuuming existed at this time. I don't see a lot of outlets around here, though. So, I think maybe they probably unnail them and then take them outside and beat them. Probably. So, business associates of Gideon's, huh?
With regards to the blackmailing, can they be trusted, or should they be considered suspects?
Oh my god, you're probably right. That is probably dust, Choppy Chop. It's so good to see you, by the way. I hope you're doing well today.
Angeline is struggling to trust anyone right now. But Madame Vandenbosch, as it is her house, thought it was best for us to have them all present.
This is Madame Vandenbosch's house? Really? Okay. Is she, like a burglar? For those who know Agatha Christie or Poirot well, does this game replicate the feel well? That's a great question. I don't actually know Agatha Christie books all that well. I've not read any of them myself. Waiting for some paint to dry. Oh, were you painting some minis today?
And they will all be staying in the house.
Yes, it is a rather full house. All 6 guests will be staying on this floor. The family resides on the second floor.
Felix?
As does Felix.
I will be sure to speak with them all. However, I will keep my identity and purpose for being here hidden, at least until I have made my initial introductions.
You enjoying some Tina Mysteries? Nice. It was painting day.
I'm afraid
How
that
lovely.
ship may have already sailed. Once the Comtesse gets wind of something, a detective coming to the house, for example, you can bet everyone will know.
His stance is so wide. Do you see the way this man is standing? Feet out. Feet pointed out. How has Mademoiselle Angeline been ever since receiving the letters?
She tries her best to keep everyone else happy, but I can see it is taking its toll.
This guy looks a bit more grand than his model suggests. Like, he seems so broad, you know. He seems wider and broader. Maybe, like, just because he's, like, turned 3/4 or, like, 45 degrees that I can't see how broad he is.
Quite understandable. She is feeling the burden of the family that is not hers to carry.
Angeline has spoken with her mother. She has asked if there is anything that could be used against her, but she was just so dismissive.
There's a lot that family could be used against them. Oh, you know I've always got my stance observation eyeballs in. He is a little Henry Cavill-esque, yeah. Henry Cavill, Sherlock Holmes. Look at that luscious hair.
And what are your thoughts on the matter?
Gorgeous.
I do not want to overstep my position, but if there is something that could damage not only the Van den Bosch name, but our future, Angeline deserves to know.
That is a very diplomatic answer.
He also has an interesting nose. They both have some nice bumpy noses.
You have met Madame. You know it is best to not get on her wrong side.
Love a good bumpy nose. I have, and Mr. Gideon is wise to select his battles carefully where the Madame is concerned. Couldn't help but notice an air of antipathy when mentioning the Major.
You are very observant, Detective. You would be wise to keep that perceptive nature while you're here.
In fact, here we go. That's a picture of Henry Cavill. Oh my god, you're right. Henry Cavill was Sherlock Holmes. Choking on this. In, wasn't there there was a show about his sister, Enola. Yes, that's right, Enola. Yes. Yeah, it does look a little Cavill-esque. I can see that. A little Cavellian, one could say. Millie Bobby Brown was Enola. Okay, gotcha. Enola Holmes.
I'm sure
was
you
that
are
good?
correct.
Did anyway? I'll watch
But
that.
I'd like to return to your feelings towards the Major.
He has been a good friend to Madame Van den Bosch over the years, but that does not make him a good man, or suitable to involve himself in family affairs.
You think he's trying to marry in to the Comtesse? Insinuate himself? You watched the first season. Is there more then? It's really good. How about that? They made 2 of them. I had no clue. Your favorite Sherlock Holmes adaptation is the Benedict Cumberbatch series. You haven't seen the Enola one. Yeah, I wonder if she gets up to any, like, investigations. Oh, wait. There's 2 movies? I thought it was seasons. Huh. Oh my god, they were movies? I thought for sure it was like a serialized thing. How about that? Huh. Was it a long flick? Honestly, probably for the best. If you do seasons, you have to keep, you know, you make something that could be solved within the episode, and then you have to tie it to an overarching thing. And then you make something that'll be solved in the next episode, you have to tie it to the next thing. So, probably the best to just do the movies so you can focus on one big thing that you can solve in an hour and a half, you know? Mr. Gideon has not said anything negative against the major, but it sounds as though he is questionable of the Major's intentions in the
Merci,
house.
monsieur. I shall leave you to prepare for tonight's celebrations.
Surely no murders will happen here. I do hope somebody does get murdered, though. But there was the serialized stuff with the Sherlock show. Yeah, how did they handle doing stuff you could solve within one episode and then combining that? Where did I want to go next? Oh, I gotta find my real house, my real room. How do they resolve that with, like, still having an overarching plot where you piece together stuff, but also solving a problem within one episode, you know? Whoa! Madame Angeline is here. The sooner I learn about the blackmail, the quicker she can return to celebrating her happy news. I am also eager to hear about Mademoiselle Elizabeth and what became of young Florette. To my mind palace. Oh yes, House was very Sherlock Holmes, wasn't it? Yeah. But it was like medical Sherlock Holmes. Find out what happened to Elizabeth, Florette, and the Van den Bosch family since you last met. Okay. They've held a place in my mind ever since our first meeting. I'm most interested to see what has changed since then. I know, the same outfit, right? We change outfits.
Mademoiselle Angeline, it is a pleasure to see you again.
Detective, how wonderful you are here. Your travel was not too arduous, I hope?
Either she got taller or we got shorter.
Watching from my carriage window, I saw the beautiful
Sherlock
countryside
Holmes,
and
very
rolling
funny.
hills. It was anything but taxing.
Yes, house and homes. I get it. Yeah, I think that was like the initial joke about house, right? Is like home sounds like homes. Home, house, home. Yeah. I remember when somebody first pointed that out, I was like, oh my god, it is like a Sherlock Holmes thing. Who would have thought? And they both had an opioid addiction. So how about that?
I'm truly thankful you could make it here at such late notice.
There were larger acts like big bads lurking behind the main mystery solved. You like Sherlock because it was super smart and funny, and the friend you watch it with has a terrific gaydar, unlike your non-existent one. How about that? That's true, the actor was British playing an American. Can you believe that?
No thanks are required, mademoiselle.
He did a great job.
When one is requested personally, there is nothing more important.
Seems the staff have been run off their feet today. Is it always like this?
Gideon and I only wanted a small dinner to celebrate our engagement, but Maman was adamant on throwing this party. It may have been her idea, but it's the staff that have made it happen.
Honestly, this family's spending money they don't have. This place looks nuts. This is wild. Also, House had larger arcs with big bads, and one was a cop. Oh, I had no idea.
Their efforts do not go unnoticed, from me at least. They have been with us for so long. I do my best to make sure they are happy and content.
Mademoiselle has made a remarkable transformation from a selfish, spoiled brat to a gracious young woman I see before me. Although I must solve this case alone, Mademoiselle's insight may be of assistance throughout my investigation. Oh, there's a Wilson instead of a Watson in House. How about that? There's a lot of similarities. Who is aware of the blackmail letters and their content? Oh wait, I gotta hear about Fleurette first.
Oh, detective, I'm afraid I just don't know.
You sent her to jail. You didn't keep in touch?
She was quite adamant at the police station that she would not be returning to the house, but I assumed she would at least collect her belongings.
I doubt she had any, honestly.
Maman demanded that Elizabeth pack up everything she had
and dispose of it. I hope she kills you all, honestly. As if the poor girl had not already lost enough.
But I couldn't let that happen. Elizabeth and I took her belongings, what little there was of them, to a friend of hers in the town that Elizabeth knew of. But not even she had heard from her.
Freaking that Spider-Man guy. British actors are so good at American accents. You're always finding out someone isn't American that throws you for a loop. That freaking Spider-Man guy is like wicked British. I remember finding that out and I was like, this guy isn't American? He's British? Andy Garfield? I think I'm thinking of Tom Holland's. Is Andrew Garfield also British? No way! We've had two Spider-Men who were super British, and I didn't even know. I was like, Devontae, you're thinking of the wrong Spider-Man. How dare I even question the knowledge of Devontae about Spider-Man? Also, it looks like the ad break is starting soon, folks. Yeah, when British actors have a great American accent, it sends you for a loop. Usually I prefer the British accent because it does something for you, but there's an actor, his American accent, so the behind the scenes always surprises you. Tobey Maguire has to secretly be British, right? Secretly. You deep in the trenches. You know all these Spider-Man facts, and I appreciate that. Could Fleurette have returned to her family?
I wanted to contact her, but I had no address or telephone number.
I wonder if she went to jail,
Surely
though.
Madame must have had some information when she employed her.
I just love the way she is posed here. Like, popping the hip up. It's so cute. Even when she's, like, sad, she's like, I'm sad, but I'm serving.
As soon as Fleurette was out of sight of the house, it was as though she had never been there at all. Elizabeth was most upset at the news Fleurette would not be returning.
If you didn't, you would lose the right to own 19 inches of Venom. I have seen lately, Devontae, that more companies are advertising their, like, figurine statues in that same metric, and it's like, come on, guys. We all know you're referencing the Venom statue, you know? You love Avenue 5 because Hugh Laurie gets to switch between accents? What's Avenue 5? His British character is pretending to be American in the show. Oh, that's interesting. Could I secretly be a British secret agent? We've heard my British accent already, to be fair. So, I don't think so. And they're all like, we know nothing of the sort. And it's like, you're stealing Venom's thunder. His 19 inches of thunder. How
and
could
your
you?
mother's choice to ignore her accountability for the girl stopped you searching.
Please, detective, you cannot make me feel any worse than I already do. If I could go back and live that day again, you must believe me, I would never have done it.
Okay, could have told that to the police though. Mademoiselle Angeline has finally accepted responsibility, is remorseful for her actions that day and the consequence that follows. I'm pleased to see maturity in her, but that does not help Fleurette wherever she is. Jobless, haunted. I hope Fleurette is the person blackmailing Angeline for real. Open it up. Avenue 5 is a comedy show about a space cruise ship that gets lost in space. And there's a captain who's an actor, so the real captain can focus. But then the real captain dies. Oh my god. Is this a movie? Or a TV series? That is really funny, though. Cockney Ashtola is my true voice for it. Oi, Governor, this is my voice. Would you recommend this? By the way, would you recommend this program, Avenue 5? Does it have a satisfying ending? Did it ever end? Or is it like an ongoing thing? By the way, thank you for my new drink. So water, just a game hero. Let me get that going. So who's aware of the blackmail letters and the content? By the way, it is getting later in the night, but I did want to say, I showed this off earlier today. Oh, hold on. The camera's gonna get confused by it. I did print up the 101 Ways to Raise Kids again, and I have bagged and boarded it with the comics book board and sleeve. So, you all ever want any 101 Ways to Raise Kids for your resubs or your new subs, you let me know. It's here. It's here and it's stabilized. I guess I've missed the boat to paint on a Hercule Poirot mustache, huh? We only got 15 minutes left of the show. It's super colorful, right? Yeah. Who's aware of this blackmail letter?
Only Maman, Elizabeth, my beloved Gideon, and you, of course.
Oh, Elizabeth could tell anybody.
And what is your fiancé's opinion of the letters?
Last 15-minute mustache. Alright, I'll do it. Didn't take that much to. Alright, let me get a little Hercule Poirot mustache. Let me get a little Poirot stash going. Welcome back, Snake. I'm about to paint a mustache on my face. Let's get something going. Should I go brown or black? I only have those two options. I could go purple. Purple, brown, or black. You decide. Is that supposed to be somebody with a mustache? That's very funny. Would you do purple for the art of it? Or brown to mimic him? That's even better mustache, I'd have to say, Mish. What do y'all think? What color would you like to see? To be fair, is that a vote for purple? We're gonna be solving absolutely no crimes today. As soon as I get this mustache on. You vote black? Okay, that was the only vote for color, so. Let's do it. The mustache is not gonna. Well, this is very scary, honestly. Birds making a real ruckus out there. But I feel like he's got like a little, like in other adaptations, he has like a curlier mustache. You know? Should we do a curl even though he doesn't have one? Oh yeah, dude. This is a fancy mustache now. Alright, I think that's good. Curl it up. Yeah, man. Maybe a little curlier. I don't know. Might be going to town. Alrighty. I think if I add any more, we're gonna lose it, so. There we go, the mustache I've always wanted. Ooh, I feel like maybe a little... No, that's going overboard. No soul patch. No little... What do they call it? A Van Dyke or something? None of that. Okay. So, let's get back to the game. I feel more mysterious and able to solve problems already. So...
He thinks me foolish for paying the first one if there is no secret to reveal.
Oh, she already paid the ransomer. Are you doing a
wah? There may be a secret left. One that Maman is herself keeping hidden.
She tells me nothing. Even though
I was planning on pressing some glitter
into marriage, she still treats me like the child I once was.
I don't have any black glitter, which is a shame. If you're a mystery and you see someone coming at you with a mustache, yeah, you gotta start running, right? Exactly. Gotta make the mustache. We gotta camp it up a little bit. Oh yeah, buddy. Now the blue pigment is kind of. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's working. That is working. Oh yeah, buddy. Are you kidding me? Happy Father's Day to me, heart of the party. Can you see the glitter? Okay, now we're dragging it up a little bit. The purple's giving Waluigi? It's oh, like my shirt being purple. Okay, that makes a lot of sense because like this is a black mustache. Are you kidding me?
Perhaps it is out of love that she protects you. It is in every mother's nature to protect their young from hurt.
Okay. The relationship between Madame and Mademoiselle is obviously far from perfect. She should treasure the time she has with Mademoiselle Angeline before she is wed and flies the nest. Best dad in the world. Heart of the party, would you like some 101 ways to praise kids? Because I can offer you that today. Except the problem is, if I touch it now, I have black and sparkles on my hands, so it will ruin it. I'm enjoying the mustache. I can't wait to wax this sucker. Alrighty. Good thing I laminated this. Ha ha ha. Okay. You are getting better, heart of the party, and you've outdone yourself. Congrats to you, and thank you so much for your support. Thanks for the 22 months of endorsing these shenanigans. But if you have a... Oh, yeah, dude. If I had a mustache, I would literally be doing this all the time. Just be like, what do I have for breakfast today? What am I going to eat for dinner? Ravioli, perhaps? Exactly, Javo. I'm becoming Hercule Poirot. You may address me as such. It's Hercule Poirot is going to be my channel name when you come back here tomorrow. When your mustache grows out and gets itchy... I can't imagine the suffering. That sounds terrible. Itchy on my face? This one? Not itchy at all, shockingly. When I was growing this mustache 2 seconds ago, it never became itchy. I just must have good genetics or something. You have any suspicions as to who might have sent the letter?
I don't know anyone that
tickles the nostrils? Ugh, it's awful.
The guests that will be joining us tonight, they are ones you can trust?
I can't wait for my brother to come by to try to watch some YouTube videos and me be like, hey, what's up, Jim? He's just gonna see me with this mustache. Yes, why not, Celadores? When I was Googling images of Hercule Poirot, yeah, I won't address the glittery mustache at all. Not at all. Can't wait for you guys to see this full screen. It's amazing. The glitter is really, it's really giving right now. It's amazing. Is there something on my face? Did I get it? I'll just be like, did I get it? It's on my lip? Okay. Did I get it?
I hope so, Detective. Before the letters arrived, I would not have thought twice about it.
They are all close friends of yours, I assume.
They're like mostly Gideon's business associates.
Friends and colleagues. Gideon has spoken positively about them. It would be a rather underhanded tactic to do such a thing to someone you are doing
double
business
stash?
with.
What is a double stash? Mademoiselle seems naive to the nature of business. Can be a ruthless and unapologetic. Perhaps I should not overlook them as suspects, as coolly as Mademoiselle is. Genpo! You know I'm ending the stream in a minute. You just want to say hi. Hello, Genpo! Genpo, would you like some tarot? Would you like some Whispers of the Ocean? Or would you like the return of the 101 Ways to Raise Kids? Also, do you like my Hercule Poirot mustache I grew up myself? With black paint and glitter, mostly. Would you like some kids praising? You'd like to praise kids? Hell yeah. You're a good friend, Genpo, and also... what a great listener! Can you believe it's back? It's back in all its rainbow glory for Pride Month. Thank you so much. 63 months, Genpo. Incredible. Incredible. It has returned the prodigal child. Literally all I had to do was print it up and laminate it. But I was like, man, where am I going to find it? And then Lurky was like, do you remember I sent you a JPEG of it? So, does Jim break down laughing when I do goofy things like this? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. My brother, like, squeals with laughter when I say stupid things, so.
Yes, Maman has quite a collection, although they are not all to my taste. Most, in fact.
What are all these,
the
like,
painting
gaudy
of the saints
things?
in particular, it is quite exquisite. Is it connected to the house in some way?
You do the same as well, Swavo. You squeal with laughter. My brother will literally be like, he'll like pump his fists up and down. He's like laughing so hard. This makes me wonder how much stuff you would need to put in your face for the head tracking to get confused. There is an art to that, scary thought. Drawing triangular images on your face can confuse a lot of security programs and stuff. It's good for if you want to hide your identity in a crowd or something like that. You know, like at a protest or anything like that. You can draw various triangles and then cameras get very confused. This mustache reader night. I'm glad Vaj. So far you've had no papers to grade at work, so you're studying leisurely with lots of phone breaks? Hell yes. Have you been enjoying watching anything, by the way, Genpo? Any like funny stuff on YouTube? I recently got into Dimension 20. I have just been watching all the free stuff they've uploaded, so I just watched episode 1 of Starstruck Odyssey. I watched episode 1 of like, what's the one I watched before that? It was another one of their side ones, yeah. The McElroy brothers. I need to catch back up on The Boys. They've been doing a lot lately. They do their Funhouse thing. And I want to watch Taskmaster with my folks. I bet my dad would think it's very funny. I'd like to watch that with him. It's God tier funny. I bet my brother would like it too. Maybe my mom as well. She likes the Great British Bake Off, so. The painting of saints in particular is exquisite.
The one in the hall? If you look above your bedroom door, you will see one of their names. I believe
my whole family,
they were
yeah.
originally carved to watch over the occupants.
I hope that my mom would enjoy it. I feel like Taskmaster has been enjoyed to me because I enjoy... Oh! One of the shows I am loving right now, again, another dropout thing, is Game Changer, where the rules of the game changes every game they do. I was actually just talking about this to the community because I noticed through various circumstances that my neighbor also enjoys Dropout. We won't talk about that though. So I want to get a subscription so I can watch all the Dropout stuff and watch things like Game Changer. Their game shows are so funny. I started watching actually like a year ago and I was like, this is really good. I should get a subscription to the show. But Taskmaster seems like the OG version of Game Changer, you know. Alright, Mademoiselle. We are good here. Is there a way to save my video game? Can I quit the game? Because it is 9 o'clock. And that means I must go. Are you able to see my shiny mustache now? A little. It actually just looks sweaty. Let's get some music going, shall we? I have to keep playing. Sadly, I cannot. What did we think of Hercule Poirot tonight? The first cases. This is pretty good. I enjoyed it. I don't mind coming back to this if you all enjoyed it.